Bill Kinney, the quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs. And, of course, for the San Diego Chargers, it will be number 14, Dan Fouts. So just sit back and relax this afternoon. We may be here a while. This could be a long one. Kansas City won the toss. San Diego kicking off. Anthony Hancock is set for the return. He fields it 2 yards deep, and he's out to the 10. In trouble, and down at the 13-yard line. So he has 15 yards on the return as Pete Holohan is down on the special teams for the Chargers. Offensively, Bill Kinney. He will be throwing the football. The Otis Brown and Billy Jackson are the running backs. Don't expect a running game. The receivers.
Receivers, an outstanding group. They all have a lot of pass receptions. One you won't see today is Henry Marshall, broken arm. They'll miss him.
The offensive line, a change at center. Bob Rush was expected to play. Coming off that ankle injury, he will not be starting. Ligner, the rookie, starting in his place again. So Kansas City from their own 13-yard line, first down. And surprise of surprises, the Otis Brown. Couple of yards to the 15. It'll be second down and 8, and that, of course, is the reason that you do not see them running that much. They'll now go with 2 tight ends. Defensively, we'll see Keith Ferguson, Rick Ackerman, and Gary Johnson. They have not been putting any pressure on the opposing quarterback.
The defense, really the strength of the defense is their linebackers, the 2 that you see in white, Green and Billy Ray Smith, 2 outstanding rookies.
And in the secondary, Danny Walters, the rookie, has 7 interceptions. Second down and 8, Kansas City. Defensive change. Bill Elko is the rookie at now at nose tackle. Kenny, quick screen outside to Stephon Page, who has come into the lineup. Close to the 25-yard line, a gain of 10 on a first down. Reuben Henderson makes the stop for San Diego. Stephon Page, that is only his 23rd reception on the season. For the Chiefs, we expect to see a lot of him today.
I think so. I think the Kansas City Chiefs may be using a lot of Stephon Page and some of their other young players today. They certainly have a lot of outstanding young players. That was a good pass for Kenny and Page. Get off on the right foot with a big completion.
First down, 25-yard line. The Otis Brown, the remaining back. Kenny fires a quick out. Carson has it, and he is spun out of bounds around the 32-yard line. So a pickup of a quick 7 yards. It'll be second down and 3, and they're picking on Reuben Henderson, defensive left cornerback. He is replacing the injured rookie Gil Byrd, #1 draft choice, who's having a very good year but will not play today.
Well, Kansas City is going to be picking on a lot of the defensive backs for the San Diego Chargers. Both Charger corners, Byrd and Walters, were rookies, along with the 2 inside linebackers. Of course, Byrd is not playing right now. Henderson is in there playing for him.
Second down and 3. J.T. Smith comes in. Stephon Page come in. Their wide receivers far side on the draw. They miss the exchange on the handoff. Turnover. The Otis Brown did not pick up the ball at the 30-yard line, and the Chargers have it on the turnover. Lyndon King with the fumble recovery.
Here, take a look at the exchange from the end zone. The quarterback is the man that has to get the ball to the running back. He is looking where he's running. The quarterback didn't get it in that time, and now San Diego has good field position on the 30-yard line.
First down for the Chargers. Fouts could well just go to the end zone right here. Severs goes in motion wide far side. Fouts looks deep, then he has to drop it off. Good coverage in the secondary by the Chiefs. He goes to Kellen Winslow. Winslow comes to the 25-yard line. That's where they'll mark him down. So a gain of 5, second down 5. Albert Lewis made the stop. Dan Fouts, Chuck Muncie, even with injuries, they've accounted for 64% of the Charger offense. Good receivers.
There are the receivers, and Kellen Winslow, of course, the outstanding tight end, is having a quiet year for him. By his standards, he is having a quiet year. He's nothing outstanding, not a lot of touchdowns.
Don Masick is back in at starting center. He's been out with a pulled groin injury. Second down and 5. No score early in the ball game. Temperature 62 degrees. Fouts throws. Winslow incomplete off of his hands. It'll be third down and 5. Durwood Rockmore picked up the coverage. We'll look at the defense of the Kansas City Chiefs. At defensive line, there is a change. Art still has an ankle injury, and Lindstrom has replaced him.
Jackson is playing very well. 5 forced fumbles. Blanton is leading the team in tackles. Spaney has come on since his injury and back in the lineup.
And in that secondary, Durwood Rockmore replaces Lloyd Burris, who did not make the trip. Deron Cherry has 7 interceptions. Bobby Duckworth checks into the offense. 3rd down and 5, Kansas City's 25-yard line. San Diego trying to capitalize immediately on the turnover. Bounce over the middle, pass is complete, 1st down. It is Kellen Winslow to the 10-yard line. A gain of 15, 1st down. Van Jakes and Rockmore with the tackle. And you're right, Winslow has been having a very quiet season as far as he is concerned, but he kind of electrifies what crowd there is here today.
Take a look at Winslow. He's lined up right over here. He'll just delay it downfield, come across the field. It's man-to-man coverage. Let's take a look at it. See, he's cutting across field, man-to-man coverage. He goes upfield a little bit, gets his man downfield, and then goes for the ball.
And as we come back live, Chuck Muncie draws the call, and he is stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. So it will be 2nd down and 10. Reality, 2nd down goal to go from the 10-yard line as Thomas Howard and Dave Lindstrom for the Chiefs team up on the tackle. Now, offensive change. Dennis McKnight has come in. Don Masick has come out at offensive center. Bobby Duckworth comes in as a wide receiver for the Chargers. Chiefs started to make some defensive changes. Not in time. They'll go back to the far side. 2nd down. Bounce again. The quick out pass to Winslow, right in the hands, and he drops it. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Albert Lewis was picking him up, but it was catchable.
It was very catchable. And looking at Dan Fouts and now Winslow knows he should have caught the pass, but it was an eye. This whole drive started off as we take another look. Great throw, good timing. The ball was right there on the mark. Quarterback starting out his first drive of the ball game loves to have the ball on the other team's 30-yard line. You can do anything in your whole repertoire of offensive game plan that you want, and it's a pleasure to start in that area.
3rd down. Just inside the 10, swing to Muncie, and Muncie has tripped up. Another good defensive play. This one, Albert Lewis, moving up from the secondary, hit him at the 10. He'll come down about the 9, and that means that Ralph Benershka will come in. Field goal attempt upcoming.
A good shot from the end zone. You see Muncie on a little swing pass out of the backfield. He was not the primary receiver. Fouts was looking downfield. Nothing was open. He just dumps it off and says, maybe my good running back can pick up a 1st down.
The snapper will be Dennis McKnight. The holder, Ed Luther. Benershka from the 17. A kick of 27 yards. It is good, and San Diego opens the scoring as Benershka has a 27-yard field goal. We have just over 10.5 minutes left to go. We're in the 1st quarter, and San Diego leads it 3-0. 82. The weather here, the temperature is 62 degrees, a bit of a wind out of the south-southwest at 20. It is a bit of a wind out of the south-southwest at 20. It is cloudy. Chance of rain, 40%. We've had a dark, clouded front kind of skirting the stadium, but no rain thus far. But a lot of empty seats. We'll be talking about that, of course. Hancock takes it at the 2-yard line. Anthony's to the 15. And he is down at the 21-yard line. So Kansas City, with their 2nd offensive drive, will start from their own 21-yard line, 19 yards on the return. Let's check the scoreboard in the NFL. In the 4th quarter, Houston leading Cleveland. That is good news for Pittsburgh.
What a big shock that would be for Cleveland.
And that could take Cleveland out of a playoff possibility. And also, good news for the 49ers, but bad news for the Bills. That could take Buffalo out of a playoff spot. Buffalo now has a record of 8-7. Chicago, Minnesota, final 19-13. Quite a few surprises going on today. Kansas City from their own 21-yard line. Lawrence Ricks is in the backfield. Little play action fake. Pass is complete to Billy Jackson. And Jackson moves to the 27-yard line. So he has 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 as Lyndon King and Mike Green make the tackle. Seattle 17 and the Giants 12. So Seattle kind of dodging a bullet at Giants Stadium. They stay alive with a playoff possibility. They are now 8-7.
And with Cleveland, if Cleveland loses, Charlie, and Buffalo losing, Seattle may be right in there along with Denver for that wild card spot.
Kenny has completed 3 of 3 passes for 23 yards. Little swing far side. He continues his perfect afternoon. This one to Jackson, the line of scrimmage at 27. He may pick up a yard on the play. Gary Johnson, defensive right end, had gone to the outside to bring him down. No, they'll spot it at the 27, so it's no gain. 3rd down and 4.
Kenny looking to the sideline to get the next play. John Makovic calls all the plays himself, and Kenny is a tough competitor. Makovic says earlier in the year that he's been in there and had some very tough times against some teams blitzing him, but he's a tough competitor and he's a big, strong guy.
3rd down and 4 from the shotgun. Far side, he is having a great afternoon. Hancock complete, 1st down, out of bounds at the 36-yard line. Danny Walters was the man he was throwing on. Just a quick passing note. 8 minutes, 56 seconds left to go first quarter. 3-0 score. We have not had a penalty flag.
Look at Tim Fox at the top of your screen. He goes to Kenny's right. Kenny sees him go to the right. The strength of the defense is that way. He throws to the left. Good read by Bill Kenny.
1st down, Kansas City. Their own 36-yard line. Lawrence Ricks and Billy Jackson in the backfield. Ricks, the rookie. And he'll lose some yardage. Woodrow Lowe was there. Mark it at the 31-yard line, so it goes for a loss of 5, 2nd down and 15. And it's even a surprise to see the Chiefs running. They do not have a running attack at all.
Well, I think they need to run some. As we take a look at the 2 rookie linebackers, 58 is Mike Green for the San Diego Chargers. Sees it coming the entire way. Condon doesn't get there in time. And Mike Green has been a big play man for the San Diego Chargers. But Kansas City has got to run some. They've got to try some running plays to be effective passing the football.
Kenny, 5 of 5. Now 6 of 6. This is to Jackson out of the backfield. He moves up to the 36-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. So it is 3rd down and 10. As the rookie from Arkansas, Billy Ray Smith, joins with Lyndon King on the tackle. King, you will recall, the man who recovered the fumble. Now, we will be seeing more of Lawrence Ricks in this ball game, and we'll point this out from a Chiefs standpoint, is that this ball game with both teams out of the running, really not that important as far as standings are concerned. Obviously not important at all. But next week, they will be hosting Denver, and that counts in the standings. Receivers for Kansas City. Flag is down. Pass is incomplete to Theodis Brown, swinging out of the backfield. The first one that Kenny has missed. And we'll check out the marker. Ben Dreith is the referee.
Take a look at this now. We get Theodis Brown coming out of the backfield. He's trying to get down the middle of the field. The 2 safeties split. These 2 safeties split. Kenny is trying to get the ball to the man down the field. Let's take a look at it.
Line up in the neutral zone.
Here you see a little cross. The safety split. Kenny reads it. Had pretty good coverage on him. You'd like to get a little bit more separation between the receiving man and the defensive man. That time, a pretty good coverage.
But for the Chargers, Andre Young, the strong safety, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Down goes over. 3rd and 5. Kansas City retains possession of the 41-yard line. 4 wide receivers. Chargers will have problems covering 4 wide receivers. One-handed grab by Anthony Hancock. Ball then slipped away as he tried to pull it in. Reuben Henderson had the coverage. It would not have been enough for the 1st down. For the Chargers, with Gil Byrd hurt and Miles McPherson out with a broken collarbone, they're a little slim in the secondary.
They are slim, and especially to be blitzing. They were blitzing that time, putting man-to-man coverage on all the defensive backs. But that's one thing Tom Bass says these young defensive backs have been doing, is covering well one-on-one.
You saw James Brooks. He is set to return the kick of Jim Arnold, who has a 40.6-yard average. He may have a little wind with him here. A flag is down. Brooks takes it at the 16-yard line. Returns about 3 to the 19. 4.6 seconds to hang time. Jerry Blanton made the tackle. It covered 42 yards in the air. We'll go back and check out the marker. 7:12 is the time remaining. We're in the first quarter. Illegal motion against Kansas City, the preliminary call. Chargers will probably refuse it, but again, they may want them to kick over. These are the options being discussed. Only with a 3-yard return. The Chargers want Jim Arnold to try it one more time.
Offense, illegal motion.
So the line of scrimmage becomes the 34-yard line.
Conversation on the sideline. John Mackovic, head coach, moving with his hands, telling Anthony Hancock, wants you to run inside. There must be some problem with Bill Kennedy and Hancock on some route that was just run, Charlie, going over on the sideline, make sure they get it right for the next time. A lot of those conversations go on, especially when you're a passing team.
Jim Arnold out of Vanderbilt, the rookie taken in the 5th round. Here's his kick. Not as good as the other one. Taken at the 29-yard line by Brooks. Brooks reverses his field, has an opening. He's across the 40 to the 45, slips the tackle, returns the ball to the 43-yard line of Kansas City. The hang time of the kick was only 3.1 seconds. Willie Scott made the tackle, a 31-yard kick, but a 28-yard counterpunch on the return.
I'd say it was a good choice by the San Diego Chargers to have the Chiefs punt it over again. This has been a problem for the Chiefs all year long. Coverage on their punt teams, coverage on their kickoff teams. Been a problem for John Mackovic, but he's been working on it a lot in the last few weeks. Obviously, they need to work on it a little bit more.
Return today's telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Chargers and the National Football League is without the express written consent of the Chargers and the National Football League is prohibited. Dan Fouts, the quarterback from the Kansas City 43. He comes out firing, and it is incomplete at the 35-yard line. Charlie Joyner, number 18, the intended receiver. Joyner, by the way, needing only 77 yards to become the 4th man in the history of the NFL to reach the 10,000-yard plateau.
And that is a few passes and a few...
That's a long time. Don Maynard, Harold Jackson, and Lance Allworth are the only other receivers. That's a good group.
A few headaches along the way.
Yes. 5 in the secondary for Kansas City. Here's the draw. Chuck Muncie. Muncie to the 41-yard line. Just a couple, so it's 3rd down and 8. Dino Mangiero, the nose tackle, is the man who brought him down. Fouts has completed 3 of 6 for 20 yards. We haven't seen I haven't seen as many deep passes as I thought. I thought we'd see them both go up top, go deep immediately.
Well, Charlie, on every pass pattern, on most every pass pattern, there is somebody going deep, and the quarterback will read deep, and then he'll come back and read short. And obviously, there is nothing open down deep, and he's coming off to a shorter receiver.
3rd down and 8. The Chargers have converted 1 of 2 third down opportunities. Bounce over the middle. They've got this one. Pete Holohan, the backup tight end. Really not a backup because he sees a lot of action now with Eric Sievers, the other tight end, running out of the backfield. They convert for the 1st down.
Good close-up look at Holohan. Man-to-man coverage. 51 Daniels has got to cover him. Bradley, I'm sorry, has to cover him. Gets the ball inside quickly. 1st down play. Now they're going for, they got good field position. They're inside the 35-yard line. And Kansas City has had the advantage of field position so far in this ball game.
32-yard line, 1st down. Muncie and Sherman Smith are in the backfield. Smith, the lead blocker. Muncie, the ball carrier. He's in trouble as Ed White pulled. But the Chief defense simply was swarming, led by Albert Lewis coming out of the secondary. Jerry Blanton, the linebacker, they read run all the way.
They sure did. It was a good play, getting up and forcing by the young cornerback, Lewis.
Loss of 5 to the 37, 2nd and 15.
Everybody's running left. The guards pull to the left. The linebackers say, if the guards are going that way, that's where the ball's going. Let me get myself over there and make some tackle or at least help out. And they needed to be over there. Kansas City swarming defense. Everybody got over there.
Muncie, 3 carries, minus 3 yards. So on the year, he now has 787. Fouts with pressure, goes deep, pulled in. Winslow, he should score. He does. 57-yard touchdown pass. Kellen Winslow. Winslow now has more than 1,000 yards receiving this year, the third year that he has topped that mark. He picked up 37 on that one, and that was enough alone to put him over the top. So the Chargers lead it now 6-0 on a 43-yard drive in 5 plays.
There's an isolated look at Kellen Winslow coming off the line of scrimmage, straightening up on Rockmore, 38. The ball is thrown high where he can catch it and no one else. When he sees that end zone, he's not going to be denied. Good play. All right, Kellen.
Benershka with the point after, and Ben Dry stops the clock. It's a timeout here. What is the... Want to change a football? That's the center's prerogative. Maybe...
He's kind of smiling.
Bounce completing now 5 of 8 for 66 yards and a touchdown. Winslow 4 receptions, 57 yards and a touchdown. And Benershka has the extra point, so he has the field goal and the point after, and San Diego has the lead 10-0. We'll be back with the kickoff.
At it right here, we'll see Kellen Winslow. Rockmore is on him. 22. Jakes goes to help out on the outside man. All he has to do is throw it over 57 Blanton. Let's take another look at it. See how he scores this touchdown. Inside release. Fouts is reading down the middle all the way. Winslow, he throws it over Rockmore's head. Winslow's got man-to-man coverage. They're doubling on the outside at 6 points.
And here's the kickoff. Off the right wing was Deron Cherry, but the ball goes through the end zone with a touchback. Will bring it out to the 20-yard line. For Kansas City, will have the ball 1st and 10. They haven't been able to really get an offense moving because field position, fumble recovery by Lyndon King, and the punt return by James Brooks. So the Chargers have been able to start on the Kansas City side of the field.
Well, they really haven't gotten their engine going. It started, but they really haven't got it in gear yet, Charlie.
They better hurry.
They better hurry, but I think with an offense like this, as we said at the top of the show, you're never out of it as long as you're not too far out of it. And it sounds like a Yogi Berra line, doesn't it?
It does. But that is true, as well as they can throw the ball. Passing being 80% of the Chiefs' offense. Pass is complete to Carlos Carson. He is out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. Will probably be a first down. Reuben Henderson hit him for the Chargers. He's at left cornerback. Let's check the scoreboard. Aha, our scores are incorrect, we are informed, so we'll make sure that they are correct. We can tell you, though, that Cleveland lost to Houston, and that hurts them when they're in a situation as far as a wild card. Cleveland is 8-7, and that means that Pittsburgh is now the champion in the Central Division. So Miami, Pittsburgh, and the Raiders, those are the 3 champions. Everybody else fighting for the 2 wild card spots. San Francisco defeated Buffalo. That hurts them in a wild card spot. Otis Brown does pick up the first down. It was 2nd down, just about a foot. So Brown does pick up the first down. Lyndon King makes the tackle. Now let's check the scoreboard. Washington, way out in front of Dallas, 14-9. That is good news for our viewers, because if that becomes a blowout, they'll come watch us. Rams leading New England. Now, New England, they are 7-7, have an outside chance at a playoff possibility. Of course, the Rams, they need the victory because they want a playoff. No score in Baltimore, Denver.
Of course, Denver, that's a big game there.
That is a big game. Raiders leading St. Louis 10-0. Big game because if Denver wins, they will be 9-6, and they'll be in the catbird seat as far as playoff position is concerned for a wild card spot. Anthony Hancock has the ball, receives it at the 50-yard line, picks up the first down, a gain of 17. Billy Ray Smith with the tackle, and now maybe the Chiefs have got that engine running.
Well, Charlie, it was a play-action fake, and that's why they were running a little bit earlier in the game, to establish the fact that we will try to run. We're not saying we're going to run successfully, but we're going to try to run. Play-action fake, holds the linebackers. He's waiting for Hancock in between the seam, the 2 linebackers in between them. Billy Ray Smith gets there and says, let me get a little piece of this hit here.
So it's a first down, 50-yard line. Otis Brown, he takes a straight shot, picks up 9 yards on the play. almost to the 40-yard line. It'll be second down again, about a half a yard. Tim Fox and Reuben Henderson make the tackle in the secondary. So maybe the running game beginning to pay off just a little bit. He has 16 yards on 3 carries.
Well, I think what happens, Charlie, obviously the defensive players for the Chargers can read statistics. They know that Kansas City's not going to run that well. They got to stop pass first, so they start thinking pass, and then they run a straight play, and the blockers are in their face, and before you know it, he's through the line. So that may be a problem for him.
So a straight play seems like a big changeup in a ball game like this. Little play action. Pass is drilled on target between 2 defenders to Willie Scott, the tight end. Billy Ray Smith and Cliff Thrift were there, but it was a perfect pass.
It had to be a perfect pass. Tight coverage underneath. Again, right on target, but we have a flag on the play. It's in the backfield of the Chiefs. It may be holding.
And so we'll bring it back. The line of scrimmage was the 40-yard line. A 10-yard penalty paced off to the 50.
Holding, offense, number 43.
Billy Jackson, the fullback, call for holding. You were right on your call. So it's second down and about 10.5 to go. Kansas City now has thrown 9 passes for 61 yards. They've rushed 4 times for 11 yards. 9 throws, 4 runs.
That's about the right ratio, wouldn't you think?
Yes. I'm surprised they've run the ball that much. I really am. Second down, 10.5. Brown, the remaining back. Kenny throws, one-on-one coverage, has it, Chiefs will score. Carlos Carson, his 6th touchdown of the season, 50 yards on the pass play, and the man that he beat was Danny Walters. He had him man-to-man. There was a marker drop, though, back at the 45-yard line.
That's defense roughing the passer, number 52. We got 15 yards on the kickoff.
But more important from Kansas City's standpoint, they have 6 points. It's 10-6, extra point to come. 80 yards on the drive in 6 plays.
Take a look at number 52, Preston, coming in on a blitz. Oh, he hits him right upside the head. That's one thing that you can't do anymore. Well, one of the many things you can't do to the quarterback. Hit him up around their face. The referees are trying to protect the quarterbacks. You know, had so many of them out this year, Charlie. And that is one thing they really don't want to happen, is hitting up around the shoulder pads in the head area.
Bill Kenny, the Chiefs quarterback, now has completed 9 of 10 passes for 111 yards and a touchdown. Carlos Carson, 3 receptions, 68 yards and a touchdown. Nick Lowry with the point after, and it is good. So we now have a 10-7 ball game. Let's take another look at the score.
Situation was a little blitz coverage, man-to-man in the secondary. Tom Bass, defensive coordinator, says we're going to blitz some. His young rookie cornerback, who has done very well so far, had man-to-man coverage on Carson. Carson with 5 touchdowns, 69 receptions going into the game. Is too much for him this time.
80 yards, officially 5 plays. Elapsed time 2 minutes 24 seconds. The touchdown pass to Carlos Carson, his 6th touchdown of the year. Lowry kicking off from the 50-yard line because of that 15-yard penalty. Still short. Picked up by Brooks at the 5-yard line. I'm surprised he didn't kick it through the end zone. Wynn must be whipping around a bit more on the field.
I think he just missed it, Charlie. You know, a lot of times when you're get an advantage, whether you're a quarterback and the wind's at your back, or a kicker, when you moved up to the 50-yard line, you should kick it out of it. You try it almost too hard to kick it out of it. He obviously hit the ball, topped it a little bit. It duck hooked almost. You know that word, don't you, duck hook?
I know it well. I've seen it from the backside.
But again, San Diego is a pretty fair field position, not necessarily what they had in Kansas City territory the last 2 possessions.
23 yards on the return, first down at the Charger 27-yard line. Chargers lead it by 3. Here's Chuck Muncie. Muncie to the 30 and dropped after a gain of 3 yards by Jerry Blanton. Blanton, the leading tackler for the Chiefs. He has been averaging 9 a game. Now, Gary Spaney missed the first 6 games with an injury, and coming back now. Spaney is averaging 10 a game since he's been back in the lineup.
They're an active group of linebackers. Jackson has been playing well, and they're very high on Calvin Daniels, number 50, who we may see play in the ball game, playing a little bit later on.
Official spotted at the 31, so it is second down and 6. Muncie has carried the ball 4 times. We'll play action to Muncie. He has only a yard. Here's the screen. Kellen Winslow, the tight end behind the screen, was hit. When he came down, he fumbled the ball, but very alertly reached out with his left hand, knocked it out of bounds. He had last possession. Chargers retain the football. They have a first down at the 43.
Look to the left of your screen. Kellen Winslow is blocking down, and he sneaks across to the right, number 80. The whole flow of the guards and everybody were pulling to the left. Kellen Winslow was sneaking back to the right. It's a good play, little misdirection.
Lucius Smith is the man who bumped him out, and as we mentioned earlier, when he scored the touchdown, when Kellen Winslow scored the touchdown, on that play, he went above the 1,000-yard mark. Going deep, over the middle, Eric Sievers inside the 30-yard line of the Chiefs. Kansas City 28-yard line. Blanton and Rockmore make the tackle. A gain of 29 yards and a first down, and the Chargers are on the move again.
This is one thing the Chargers do so very well against a 2-deep zone. They'll get one of their tight ends down the middle. Fouts reads it very easily. Again, like I said earlier, a quarterback will read deep and then read short. And when he saw only 2 deep backs down deep, he has 3 men going down the field deep, and he tries to get the ball down the middle. Very successful play.
Marked it at the Chiefs 29, first down. Here's Sherman Smith. And he is pulled down maybe a yard. Art Still, ankle injury and all, is back in at defensive end, and he made the play for Kansas City. And of course, Art Still and Mike Bell, 2 outstanding defensive ends for the Chiefs. That's part of the strength of their defense.
It surely is, and the old cliche is of big bookends, and it's very relative here.
And time runs out on the first quarter. So we've had some aerial works, and the score, San Diego 10, Kansas City 7. We'll be back with the second period. This is Charlie Jones, Bob Greasy. We start the second quarter at San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium. It may be a record no-shows here. Giant Stadium for the Seattle game today. We are informed 28,000 no-shows there. And we may have a record here. There's no question about it. A lot of empty seats. But the fireworks explode again. Fouts, it is pulled down on the far side by Wes Chandler. Lucius Smith makes the tackle. Chandler, that is his 56th reception on the year. He has a total in his career of 22 100-yard games. It is a first down at the 17-yard line, a gain of 11. Chandler, I think, even though he has now 56 receptions, along with Kellen Winslow, they're having quiet years. I think that's a good way of describing it also. But when you look at their statistics are really outstanding. Quiet, perhaps, as far as the team performance is concerned. Sherman Smith gets the call. Jerry Blanton for the defense. Mike Bell was also there, no gain. So it is second down and 10 at the Kansas City 17-yard line.
San Diego, Charlie, we said earlier, is the number 1 passing team in the National Football League, but they're going against the number 4 team defensively against the pass. So Kansas City is no slouch as far as stopping the pass, and it should be an interesting battle to watch today, but it's very tough if you don't put pressure on the quarterback, as we alluded to at the opening.
Second down. Fouts to throw. In the corner, Winslow. Touchdown. Kellen Winslow. A juggling catch. He had possession. Came down with it. The ruling is he has to hold on to it when he hits the ground outside the end of the end zone. And it is a 16-7 ball game. Eric Coryell strikes again.
Well, if Winslow is having a quiet year, he certainly isn't having a quiet first half, as we see good protection. Throws it high. Winslow, who's got the great height, gets 1 foot in. Second foot was out of bounds.
Let's see if we can take another look at that. Maybe after the extra point attempt. Winslow officially now has 5 receptions, 86 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Fouts has completed 9 of 12 for 134 yards, and he, of course, has thrown for the 2 touchdowns. Benerska to attempt the point after. And it is good. Now let's go back to the touchdown before we go away for a commercial.
The rule is you have to have both feet in bounds unless the defensive man impetus pushes you out. Let's take a look. If the defensive man touches him, he does not. His other foot is clearly out of bounds. That's one for San Diego and Kellen Winslow.
That the defensive man had pushed him out. He didn't, but it still counts. Kansas City 7. Ralph Nurska to kick off. Anthony Hancock is the deep back for the Kansas City Chiefs. Goes off to the right wing where Deron Cherry picks it up. And he kind of picks his way, still on his feet, across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Good effort for the free agent in 1981 in his third year. Let's go back to the, are we going back to the touchdown? Yes.
Let's take another look at it here. See the official at the bottom of the screen. He is watching. One has to watch for the catch. The other has to watch for the feet. It's a tough thing to do. Is he bobbling the ball? He's got possession of it. His foot is clearly out. Now the official on the back line and the official on the side have to coordinate themselves. One has to make sure of the catch. The other has to make sure of the feet.
And they thought, you know, in reality that he was hit by the defender. If he had have been hit by the defender, then it would have been a legal play. It still counts, of course, because that's the way the officials call it. Kansas City now from their own 25-yard line. First down, and the pass is low to Billy Jackson. Kenny now has completed 9 of 11 for 111 yards and a touchdown. Fouts, his counterpart, has completed 9 of 12 for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And that was probably Kenny's poorest throw of the day, and people may say, geez, he was wide open. How can he miss him? Well, play action fake. He drifts a little bit to his left, and by the time he finishes the fake, there may be a big offensive lineman blocking a defensive end in his line of vision. You may not be able to see as well, and you throw it away from the defense and threw it into the ground. He couldn't see that well that time.
13 minutes, 49 seconds, time remaining first half. Chargers leading by 10. Kenny just drops this off to Theodis Brown, standing all alone out of the backfield. He moves to the 25 to the 32. He'll have 7. The third down and a long 3 as Keith Ferguson makes the tackle for San Diego. Gain of 6 yards. Kansas City will be going, of course, with Theodis Brown and Billy Jackson primarily as the running backs. We'll also see, as we mentioned, Lawrence Ricks in there. Ken Thomas did not make the trip. He's out with a rib injury. Jarrell Thomas, however, is here. We'll see a lot of single back because they're going to throw so much. As now they have J.T. Smith, Anthony Hancock, and Carlos Carson in there. We'll also see 4 wide receivers when Stephon Page comes in. Far side, first down, pass is complete to J.T. Smith. Smith coming into the ballgame, 6 receptions for 75 yards. Lyndon King and Billy Ray Smith make the tackle for San Diego.
I'm very impressed with Bill Kenny and the distance he has come, Charlie, in the last year and a half.
He was at Miami originally.
He was at Miami originally about 4 or 5 years ago, a 12th round draft choice. Made it to the last cut, was picked up by Washington and released. Finally signed on with Kansas City, but he's really reading very well. John Mackovic is a blessing for Bill Kenny.
41-yard line, gain of 9, first down. It may have been a mix-up, although he rolls out on a bootleg and slides to the 44-yard line. He has 3. But the flow was the other direction, and he rolled the wrong way. What happened?
The flow certainly was the wrong direction. I'll let it tell you. The quarterback either called the play wrong or he turned wrong.
Now, what happens when you call the play wrong?
Well, for instance, that play right there was called I right. It could have been toss 38 straight, and he turned like toss 39 straight. Or if he wanted toss 39, he called 38, and he was going the wrong way. And you just take it and take off running is all you do.
And your eyes get a little bit bigger when you look.
You get about twice that size.
All right. Hand off inside from the 44 to the 47-yard line. A gain of 3 for the Chiefs. And this is Lawrence Ricks, the rookie out of Michigan. Only had 19 yards rushing and 3 receptions prior to this ball game. He was an 8th round draft choice of Dallas, and Kansas City acquired him in a trade. As we mentioned earlier, you'll see more action today because they want to take longer looks at some of their players. In this ball game, again, next week they play Denver, and of course, Denver, one of the playoff contending teams.
That game, Charlie, should mean something. So obviously, they want to go with their frontline players.
Third down and 4 is Theodis Brown. Brown cuts back, first down, breaks clean 40, 35, 30-yard line. Reuben Henderson makes the tackle, a gain of 24 yards on the play, and a key first down for Kansas City, converting on a 3rd down and 4.
It's an interesting call. 3rd down and 4 against a passing team. Take a look at it here. A little quick pitch. Everybody blocks down on the defense. Defense is expecting pass. They're looking at who they're going to cover, and all of a sudden you have linemen in your face blocking you, and you say, wait a minute, this is not a pass. This is a run. Somebody's downfield blocking me. Good call by John Mackovic.
San Diego 30-yard line. First down. Kenny throws right side. Coming out of the backfield is Billy Jackson, and he has it far sideline. Did not go out of bounds. Lyndon King makes the tackle. The clock continues to move. Gain of 4. Check of the scoreboard. Dallas has now scored, so it's a 14-7 ball game. Washington leading. The Rams out in front of New England by a score of 7-0. New England, they are 7-7. A loss could take them out of the playoff picture. And look at this. Denver needs to win. Or if all the contending teams lose, then nothing changes right now. Baltimore is lead. Raiders are shutting out St. Louis right now. 2nd down and 6. Here the score is San Diego 17, Kansas City 7. 9.5 minutes left to go first half. Kenny throws, pass complete. A flag is down. Ed Beckman has it. Beckman goes to the 11-yard line, but the flag was dropped by the referee, Ben Dryth. It will be offensive holding against Kansas City. So that is a costly penalty for the Chiefs because the drive had continued on the play. There is John Mackovic, the young head coach of the Chiefs.
Offense holding number 72.
Holding on Dave Lutz.
Excuse me, Charlie. Here is Beckman. You'll see again the safety split. There's nobody in the middle of the field. Beckman will release outside, come downfield, and get to the middle of the field. Let's take a look at it. From the end zone. Man-to-man coverage in the secondary. Beckman breaks the tackle. Good read by Bill Kinney.
But the hold brings it back. So it is 2nd and 16, 36-yard line of San Diego. From the shotgun. And he throws it to coverage. Interception. Ray Preston has the interception. His first of the year for San Diego. And that holding penalty by the rookie Dave Lutz, ever so costly, in scoring position. Now with the turnover, the 2nd by the Kansas City Chiefs. San Diego has the ball. We've got a timeout. Chargers lead by 10.
Take another look at the interception on the last play by Bill Kinney. We'll see him taking the ball. He's throwing the ball left. Now he looks to the left. He reads his own, looks away for a second, and then comes back. I'm sure he never saw 52 Preston. Obviously, he would never throw the ball. It was a 3-man rush, and when you have 3 men rushing, Charlie, you have 8 dropping, and you got to make sure you know where everybody is.
In the ball game, Woodrow Lowe, bothered by a leg infection, is not in the action. Here's Chuck Muncie from the 33. Muncie spins and fights his way to the 45-yard line. Gain of 12, first down. Durwood Rockmore makes the tackle.
Wilkerson, number 63, is pulling and leading around in. Muncie doesn't see anything good outside and says, let me cut it back and see if I can go cross field with it. Good run on first down for the Chargers.
You expect San Diego to throw. Winslow 5 receptions, 86 yards. Holohan 2 receptions, 37. Chandler and Muncie have 1 each. That is their first down rushing in the ball game. Here's the reverse to Muncie. Let's try him again. This time the defense is there. He'll lose a yard, maybe 2. Albert Lois, rookie in the secondary. He'll be the 5th man they were looking for San Diego to throw, and he bumped him out of bounds.
It's the old Statue of Liberty play, Charlie, where you set one way, the quarterback comes back and looks past and then hands it off to the left. But the Chiefs were not surprised by it and just running him out of bounds. Boy, it bothers me when those running backs carry that ball in one hand. Anybody could knock it out of their hands and go the other way with it.
Muncie bothered this week, as several of the Chargers have been, with the flu bug. It's one of those things they always say it's all over town, and has been for a couple of weeks, and I caught it a couple of weeks ago. 6 men in the secondary, 2nd down and 12. Fouts drops it over the middle. Chandler back to the 50-yard line. Albert Lewis with the tackle, a gain of 7. There was a marker on the play.
Penalty flag on the field.
No.
Offensive pass interference against San Diego. The preliminary signal from the referee. This is a look at the officials and what they do. Teacher counselor, vice president, coordinator of athletic officials, another teacher, marketing executive, and attorney. I want him on my side, the transportation director.
Number 80.
Kellen Winslow called for offensive pass interference. Greeted by a round of boos, naturally, by the partisans that are here. The stadium now seats 49,400. They're in expansion, and with new seats, it will go above the 60,000 mark. The record no-show is just under 6,000, but I have a feeling that that record will be broken today. Pass under pressure, complete to Holohan. Another flag is down, this one back at the 26-yard line. Charles Jackson with the tackle. Holding again. Holding on San Diego.
I think they're going to call Billy Shields 66 for a little holding. Don Coryell not too happy about that call.
That was Gary Green, defensive captain, talking with Ben Dry.
Holding. Offense. Number 66.
66. Yes, you were right, Billy Shields. Each ball club has 3 penalties for 25 yards apiece.
To the left of your screen, you'll see 66, Billy Shields battling. I think that's Mike Bell, number 99, who's getting in, putting some pressure on Fouts. Fouts does a good job to get rid of it. Shields tries to hold him off.
Back to the 23-yard line, so it's second down and forever. They've got to go to the Kansas City 45 for a first down. Here's Pete Holohan. He comes up to the 38-yard line, has 15 of it back. Gary Green makes a tackle. Little note on Holohan, number 88 from Notre Dame. He was the first All-State football and basketball player in high school. First to make All-State in both sports in New York State. He's from upstate in Liverpool. That's quite an honor.
Especially when you consider they have a few good athletes up in that area.
And considering these times now, he's only his 3rd year at pros. So even in high school, you're starting to specialize if you're that good. Fouts throws it is low. Did he misread, or did it slip, or was he just dumping the ball?
I think he was pressured, Charlie. I think somebody got a piece of his arm. You see him moving his arm around there. He's had an arm problem earlier in the year.
A rotator cuff, of course, that everybody knows about. Art Still was...
He gets the pressure from his right side. He steps up in the pocket. Good job of doing that. I think he felt it coming. I think it was deflected just a little bit, but he seems to be grabbing hold of his arm.
Maury Buford will be kicking. J.T. Smith set for the return. Art Still coming in from behind. He did not see him, but you as a quarterback, you just feel him, right? You know that he's there.
Dan felt him, too. That's why he moved up, and I think he kind of jerked it a little bit, but he still got a little piece of him.
J.T. returns the ball to the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. 33 yards on the kick. Not that good a kick by Buford. 13 yards on the return. Ray Preston with the tackle. We've got a timeout, and San Diego has the lead. In San Diego, it is overcast. As we mentioned, there'll be some no-shows, but the rain has stayed away. That's the good news.
At least the rain has stayed away. We expected a few no-shows, obviously, but it's a good ball game, and like we said, anytime you have 2 passing teams, anything could happen.
And we have seen the ball in the air, but an interesting point is that Kansas City has rushed for 41 yards in the first half. Now, we're just past the halfway mark of the first half. Remember that statistic, because they've been averaging only 73 yards rushing a game. And they do not have a rusher in the top 40 in the National Football League. We could have had a false start by an offensive lineman. That's what the call is. That's automatic. Tackle to tackle. Once you go down, you make a move.
False start. Quarterback.
It was on the quarterback. And he knows the snap count.
No, he didn't. Not that time he didn't. That's the truth. I mean, people expect if anybody's going to remember the snap count, the quarterback will. But a lot of times, let's take a look at him. See, oh, it brings back memories. But he's thinking about a lot of things, Charlie. He's thinking about who he's going to read, what the pass pattern is. He just forgot the snap count.
First 47-yard line. Lawrence Rex is the man with the football. Elko covered him. Let's go to New York.
Glenn Bourbon in New York, and some important wild card information for you. The NFL is determined if Denver wins today, they're in the playoffs. If Seattle wins next week, they're in the playoffs. Denver would play Seattle in the wild card game. The NFL figured it out today. Let's go back to Charlie Jones in San Diego.
We really appreciate that information because that is tough to really figure out. Now, the question is, if that happens, Seattle-Denver, who will be the home team? I think it is Denver right now, but I'm not that sure. Pass is complete far side to Billy Jackson. Perhaps we can, NFL 83 can research that also.
I think you're right, Charlie. I think Denver's got the better record.
But at that point, it's down to, whatever the tiebreaker is in the conference or the division and all of those kind of neat things.
Well, the thing he said was that Denver is in the playoffs, but if they lose next week and there is a tie between Seattle and Denver, then who is the home field?
Well, also at last report, we had Denver trailing in their ball game of Baltimore. We'll check to see if that's the last score that we have on that. Let's get back to this one right now. San Diego 17, Kansas City 7, 6.5 minutes left to go. We're in the first half. Kansas City now from their own 47-yard line. Kenny throws far side. It is complete to Stephon Page. Page, the rookie free agent out of Fresno State. Carlos Bradley, bothered by a bit of a hamstring, he makes the tackle, and they are concerned, they being the defense of the San Diego Chargers, that John Mackovic, who you see here, will be going deep to Stephon Page because he can fly.
Well, they were also concerned before the ball game. They have so many defensive backs hurt. Tom Bass was telling us, with so many defensive backs hurt, that when Kansas City goes to all their wide receivers, we don't have enough people to put on them. And that time, in fact, you did see a linebacker covering Stephon Page.
Kenny has completed 14 of 16. 151 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Goes deep. Double coverage. Incomplete. Anthony Hancock, the intended receiver, he is down in the end zone and very slowly getting up. Tim Fox and Danny Walters had picked him up. And that could be dangerous going for the ball in the end zone, but let's take another look and then we'll come back to it.
Play action fake, and this ball should not have been thrown. The weak safety, 48, Timmy Fox was back in good shape. Hancock was not behind him. You know, a lot of times, Charlie, teams will have an idea that they can get behind the weak safety, especially a guy like Tim Fox, who likes to come up, get involved in the run, and make some tackles. That time, it was a play-action fake. He was not fooled. He was back there, and the ball should not have been thrown. Maybe he was thrown over everybody.
You saw the score. Baltimore 9 and Denver nothing. Boy, that messes everything up. The Colts strike back. Billy Jackson, the ball carrier, and he picks up the first down. He goes to the 31-yard line of San Diego. 12 yards on the play. Tim Fox makes the tackle, along with Reuben Henderson, and we'll take another look.
Here's Mike Green, 58, moving, avoids the block, has an opportunity to make the tackle, slips through him. Good run.
And that's Billy Jackson's first carry in the ball game. 31-yard line, first down. The Chiefs trail by 10, 17-7. Kenny looks left, throws very quickly on a quick out pattern. And it's Carlos Carson who scored the touchdown. And he is out of bounds at the 20-yard line, and that should be the first down. Andre Young had the coverage on him. Now let's go back to that pass in the end zone. I said it can be dangerous when you dive for it. Remember the game that we did at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City? I believe it was Henry Marshall. Same situation, came down with a broken nose.
I vaguely remember that. I'm not too good at remember those ones that aren't complete. I like to remember the ones that were completed.
You should see a look of consternation on my partner Bob Greasy's face. Okay. 20-yard line, first down. See, Henry Marshall remembers it. Perfect pass, score. Stephon Page, the burner from Fresno State. And he has scored his 4th touchdown of the season. The man he beat was Reuben Henderson, who has replaced Gil Byrd. Byrd is out with a back injury. But he beat him, and it was a perfectly thrown pass.
Take another look at it. Good protection. Kenny reads the defenses. A short drop, 5 steps, a little slant, throws it over the linebacker inside the corner before the weak safety can get there. It's a good read and a good throw.
Stefan celebrates. 5:29 time remaining in the first half. 63-yard drive in 7 plays. It took 1 minute and 48 seconds. And here's the extra point attempt. And it is good. So once again, the Chiefs pull within 3 of the Chargers. 5:29 left to go. First half. We'll be back with the kickoff.
Down a look from the end zone. Timmy Fox moves to the middle of the field and covers here. The 2 linebackers take their drops right here. Kenny reads the pass, throws it over here, and he'll catch the ball right in that area. Let's take a look at it. Good read. Throws it over the linebacker's head, right in the slot. That's a good route by the receiver, Stephon Page, too, because he has to keep his cornerback outside and not let him come in on the in the area where he has to catch the ball.
Lowry's kickoff taken by Jim Jodat, one of the wingmen on the return. And he is out just across the 15-yard line. Thomas Howard with a tackle. A flag was dropped up at the 26-yard line, then is picked up and dropped back at the 21-yard line. 18 yards on the return. But usually this is an illegal block from behind above the waist. And an interesting call because you see it so much and you'll see the hand come out. But remember, you don't see a clip anymore. You really don't see a clip anymore, and it's not either one, of course, it's a hold. But how long has it been since you've seen a clip call?
It's a good point, Charlie. You know, you used to see a lot of clipping calls, and the clips were actually pushes from behind, but they didn't have anything
Holding,
else to call it.
receiving team, number 52.
On Ray Preston. And now the clip is blocking from behind below the waist, and pretty well have been eliminated by the rules, which is good, because that can be dangerous. So San Diego has the ball, first down. Muncie just across the 10, maybe to the 11-yard line, where Thomas Howard and Jerry Blanton were there to greet him.
Tackle by number 52, Thomas Howard.
Gain of 3 from the 8 to the 11, so it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Gain of 3 yards.
Muncie, 7 carries, a total of 15 yards rushing. Now, we mentioned it is a rainy day. Those are the seats that in the expansion that'll take the size of the stadium to 60,500. They're not sold, so they should be empty. And you can see in the background, there are quite a few empty seats here today. You're missing a good ball game. Fouts, pass is complete to Kellen Winslow. And Winslow is dropped around the 16-yard line by Durwood Rockmore. Be shy of the first down, but if you look at this ball game as a viewer at home, just as a ball game by itself, and enjoy it for the good plays, the bad plays, the good calls, the bad call, it's a fun afternoon.
Oh, it certainly is a fun afternoon. The 2 teams are throwing the football, and as we said going in, whenever you throw the football, you're never out of the ball. It's 17-14. We've had a lot of excitement. I don't like pitchers' duels. I like them to score some runs.
You like that?
Let's score some runs.
We'll see some more. 3rd down conversions, 2 of 4 for San Diego. This is 3rd down and 1, so of course you look for Chuck Muncie, the big man, and Fouts crosses is up by throwing far side. Pass complete. Winslow pulls it down at the 40-yard line. Lucius Smith with the tackle. A pickup of 23 yards on 3rd and 1. You like that call?
I like the call, Charlie. He had a man downfield in Winslow, a tall target against some small defensive backs. He looks left the entire way. He's got a little crossing pattern going inside. If he sees man coverage, he can throw it to his favorite receiver outside. That was a good call. He had more people to go to if Winslow wasn't open. But when he saw he was open, he went right to him.
And what about Kellen? Well, the quiet season. It's a bang today. 7 receptions, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns with still 3 minutes to go in the first half. Pass incomplete. Joyner, the intended receiver, and Blanton was there for the defense.
Good play by Blanton, knocking the ball out of Joyner's hands just as it was being received. Blanton is having a good year.
Jerry Blanton, a free agent in '79 in his 5th year, out of the University of Kentucky. We mentioned earlier the leading tackler on the defense for Kansas City, averaging 9 a ball game, 125 on the year. 6 men in the secondary. 2nd and 10. San Diego, their own 40-yard line, lead by 3. Fouts far side on target. The reception was past the chains, 49-yard line. That means it's a first down. And Bobby Duckworth, the Razorback out of the University of Arkansas, caught it on Lucius Smith, his first reception of the ball game. It will be a first down to the Kansas City 49.
Across midfield on the Kansas City 49. Pick up of 11 yards.
Duckworth has been a good find. 6th-round draft choice in 81. This is his second year, had injury problems. His average reception just over 22 yards.
And then they know, man.
No, that's Here's Muncie from the Kansas City 49, a couple of yards to the 47. Let's go to New York for an update. NFL 83.
Number 99, Mike Bell.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. Surprising developments in Denver. Baltimore is hot. Here's Mike Pagel. At this point, Baltimore leads 9-0. Beautiful pass to Bernard Henry for 40 yards. 16-0 Baltimore. Back to you, Charlie.
16-0. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Woo.
That's the John Elway connection, too. That was a big game at the beginning of the year.
And it's a big game now because Denver does have, they might be in the playoffs again. They might not. We'll see. 2-minute warning. We'll be back in a moment. Diego started this drive at their own 8-yard line. They have now moved to the Kansas City 47-yard line. It is 2nd down and 8, and we have 2 minutes left to go in the first half. And that's plenty of time for 2 or 3 more touchdowns with these two teams. Fouts throws, pass is complete. Kellen Winslow drops the ball. Was he out of bounds when he dropped it? No, they said the play had been blown dead. 40-yard line, goes for 7. Albert Lewis was there. It'll be 3rd down and a yard. Winslow, 6'5½", weighing in at 251 pounds, University of Missouri.
Here's a look at Winslow right here, and Lewis is covering him. Lewis is going to go right down and just break a break to the outside, and he's going to be hit with the ball. Good coverage by Lewis. The bigger man just pushes off of it.
Here is Chuck Muncie needing a yard, and he got it. He was almost held up. Blanton was there, and Thomas Howard, I believe, was the other chief. But he did manage to pick up the first down, stopping the clock now with 1 minute and 19 seconds left to go in the first half.
That last play, Charlie, that we saw with Lewis covering Winslow is a little change for Kansas City. They've gone to their regular 3-man line front, but they're putting a defensive back on Winslow to try and cover him man-to-man to try and slow him down. Was he have 7 or 8 receptions already in the ball game? And you really can't cover him man-to-man. I think you have to put 2 people on him or zone him.
We mentioned the cloud coverage here at San Diego where they've turned some of the lights on. Line of scrimmage, 38-yard line, 1st and 10. Bounce pump fake goes deep. There's nobody there. Flag is down. And jumping up and down is Charlie Joyner. There may have been a bit of pass interference. Deron Cherry, you see in the screen. But Fouts was looking for a receiver about 10 yards further downfield.
Well, and then we're going to get a holding call against Kansas City, and Cherry's upset because he had an interception. But when you see the quarterback move his arm like that, you know something's happening downfield. There's a little out and up or a curl and go, and that was what that was supposed to be.
Defense pass interference, number 24, first down.
It was called on Gary Green at the 17-yard line, and the man that he interfered with was number 18, Charlie Joyner. So it's a first down for San Diego, the Kansas City 17. James Brooks has come into the backfield. He's the remaining back. 52 yards in penalties against the Chiefs, 38 against San Diego. Quick pass to Duckworth, and Duckworth goes out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. Gary Green was there for the defense. 1 minute, 8 seconds left in the first half. They're going to mark it just inside the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 9 officially. And it'll be 2nd down and a couple after a gain of 8 yards on the play. Now here, from a quarterback standpoint, stay with us at halftime. NFL 83 will updating that wild card situation, which gets wilder with Denver losing. Your options are cut down because you only have 20 yards of throwing area.
Exactly.
It is Brooks. To about the 8-yard line. He'll be close to the first down. The San Diego timeout is taken. Blanton and Mangiero were there for the defense.
Charlie, you mentioned your options are cut down because you don't have as much field to work with. But as far as offensively speaking is, normally the defense is in man-to-man coverage, and you have a lot of plays that you run in that area. So a lot of times you can get some big plays inside the 20.
Minute and 3 seconds left to go first half. The statistic of Dan Fouts, thrown for 2 touchdowns, both to Kellen Winslow. Now in this offensive set, 3 tight ends: Winslow, Holohan, and Severs. 2 running backs, Muncie and Sherman. It looks like a running play. 3rd and 1 at the 8-yard line. But it's a pass.
Winslow's open.
It is to Muncie, and he has the first down, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Gary Green was chasing him. I'm glad I said it looks like a running play, because with the Charger offense, you simply cannot tell.
That was a good call, a safe call, because he had several receivers open. Winslow was going across field, and the safest throw of all was to Muncie, because he was open right now in the flat.
Chargers have now converted 5 of 7 third down opportunities, and Fouts has completed 16 of 21 for about 208 yards unofficially, and again, those 2 touchdowns.
Look for him to throw to his right to the Winslow or the back to this side.
First down goal to go. He's looking right, and he throws right in the end zone. It's incomplete. Ball kicked loose. Officials say no, there was possession in the end zone. Kellen Winslow will be his 3rd touchdown reception. Both feet on the ground. Ball breaking the plane of the goal line. Possession. It's a touchdown regardless of what happens afterwards.
As long as you have possession in the end zone, it's a touchdown.
Winslow, 9 receptions, 128 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the first half.
A wobbly pass.
He's got possession, yeah.
Got possession long enough. He is in the end zone. It's a good call by the officials.
Rockmore, then Durwood kind of wrestled it out of his arms, but it was simply too late. So it is San Diego 23, Kansas City 14. Here's the extra point attempt by Ralph Benershka. And it is good. San Diego 24, Kansas City 14. The margin is 10. The time remaining first half is 53 seconds.
It's easy to stay in shape.
Service for the National Football League.
Good look at Dan Fouts. He's got good vision on his receiver. You can see, if you can see him, he can see his receivers. Good throw. Kellen Winslow coming back to the ball, beating 38 Rockmore to the ball. Makes the catch. Rockmore strips it out of him, but it's too late.
We have another replay of it, and we'll show you after the kickoff. Benershka sails the ball. Taken on the hop by Anthony Hancock. Hancock to the 15. Hit at the 20. Comes down around the 23-yard line. Let's go back to another replay of the score. Mike Green with that last tackle.
This is one of the favorite plays inside the 20 of the San Diego Chargers, Charlie. That's why I mentioned it before the ball was snapped. You know, San Diego, it does so many things well that they have certain plays they like to do in situations, and that is one of the formations and one of the plays they like inside the 15-yard line. Kansas City knows it, but you still have to cover it, and they were close to it, but the timing was such that you can complete the pass.
Kansas City players shaken up, so we had just a momentary injury timeout. You read immediately that San Diego was going to throw to the right side. What was the giveaway?
Well, the formation was the giveaway, and the area of the field that they were in, inside the 15-yard line, with that formation, they like to go, they put both wide receivers to the left. And that tells you they like to go with Winslow, who is on the right, and the fullback, who is over that side. They do a little crisscross between the 2 players and get them into the end zone, and he just reads it and throws it well. There was coverage was good on the play. It was a short pass, and he got it there quickly.
Program note, coming up next Saturday night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll have the Memphis State Tigers, led by All-America Keith Lee, against the UCLA Bruins, live from Pauley Pavilion on the campus of UCLA. That should be a great matchup. Stay with us throughout the entire season for the best in college basketball here on NBC Sports. 48 seconds left to go in the first half. Kansas City in the first half. They have thrown the ball 20 times. They have run the ball 9 times. Kinney has completed 16 of 20, 183 yards, and 2 touchdowns, one to Carlos Carson and one to Stephon Page. He has suffered an interception. The Chargers, they have not suffered a turnover. They have not given up the ball. They have 2 takeaways. An interception and a fumble recovery and a fumble by Kansas City. Jackson is dropped at the 18-yard line. Loss of 4. It'll be second down 14. Bill Elko, the rookie from LSU, the nephew of Frank Kush, taken in the 7th round of the draft, is the man who made the tackle. So the Chiefs may just run out the clock here.
Well, Charlie, you mentioned the fact that the Chargers have not turned the ball over. We mentioned that as a key factor in this ball game. The Chargers protecting Fouts, but not turning the ball over. They have not done it today, and they're 10 points ahead going into halftime.
Here's a running play with Billy Jackson, and that simply will run out the clock inside of 3 seconds and counting. So we come to halftime here at San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium with the score, the San Diego Chargers 14. But as we said at the top of the show, we'll come right back to that, Bob, is that whoever has the football last could win, because with both teams able to throw and both of them throwing very well, Kansas City could come back. It'll be an exciting second half. That is the consecutive sellout for San Diego, but not everybody that had a ticket showed up, and they are missing a good ball game. San Diego leading by 10, 24-14. And Kansas City, as you have seen, able to score just as the Chargers are by this man, Dan Fouts, who, as you heard at halftime from Ahmad Rashad, has now thrown passes for more than 30,000 yards during the regular season of his career. This is his 11th year. That is more than 17 miles.
And it's more than quite a few players that have played in the National Football League, and he's done it. And he has done it in a shorter time than most.
And Bill Kinney. Kinney has thrown for more than 300 yards in the last 3 games. He has 6 300-yard games this year. He needs 224 yards to reach the 4,000-yard plateau in one season.
You can tell it's winter by looking at Bill Kinney's face. It seems like a lot of these players, quarterbacks included, will grow beards in the wintertime. Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh.
The second half is underway. You never grew a beard in Miami. Must have been the weather. Here's James Brooks on the return for the Chargers. And he will be wrestled down at the 23-yard line. So San Diego will go to work as Calvin Daniels had the coverage. 15 yards on the return, and it's a first down for the Chargers. They'll go with Fouts and Muncie as the offensive backfield in their basic set. Severs and Winslow will be the tight end. Severs will be in and out of the backfield, moving constantly. We'll see Chandler and Joyner, the wide receivers, Shields, Wilkerson, McKnight. We've also seen Masick in at center, Ed White, and Andrew Gissinger. San Diego now from their own 23-yard line. First down as we open the second half. Chargers leading by 10. And Fouts opens up through the air. As expected, it is incomplete. Joyner, the intended receiver, but a good defensive play by the Chiefs as Duron Cherry picked him up. Defensively for Kansas City, Lindstrom, Mangiero, and Mike Bell, the front three. We'll take another look as he knocks it away. The linebackers, Thomas Howard, Jerry Blanton, Gary Spaney, and Charles Jackson. Of course, Howard will come out when they go to 5 in the secondary. Green and Smith on the corners. Rockmore and Cherry at the safeties. We'll see Albert Lewis and Van Jakes also in the secondary. Second down 10. Chargers at their own 23-yard line. Fouts is all the time in the world. Now he throws deep. His closest receiver was Chandler. He was coming back to help him.
He threw it deep, all right, deep into the bench.
He missed Chandler by about 25 yards.
One of the few times I've ever seen Dan Fouts on a sprint out, and this was a designed rollout on the part of the quarterback. Nothing was open, and he threw out of it. I don't know if Dan's so excited about that. I think he does pretty well just sitting in the pocket myself.
Third down conversion, San Diego 5 of 7, Kansas City 4 of 5. This is third down and 10. There is not a remaining back as Chandler, Duckworth, Holohan, Winslow, and Joyner are all the receivers. Third down 10, 5 in the secondary. Pass is complete to Joyner in his hands just for a moment, then jarred away by Gary Green. It'll be 4th and 10. The Chargers will be kicking it away.
Charlie, that's a great example of what the Kansas City Chiefs defense have have done most of the year. Very aggressive, very tough, very physical. We mentioned earlier 51 takeaways going into this ball game, and they are very tough, hard-hitting defense.
And join the players shaken up as we have an injury timeout, as Charlie is being administered to on the far side. It will be 4th down and 10, and Maury Buford will be kicking, but not, of course, until the condition of Charlie Joiner is checked out.
I think he just got the wind knocked out of him, and he got hit when he was in the air, and I think we'll take a look at it right here.
Yes.
Green saw the ball coming the entire way. That's one of the things, I think, Charlie, that the Chiefs defense do so well, and that is see the ball, see where it's coming from, especially when they're sitting back in their zones. They can watch the quarterback, see the routes that are developing underneath them, and come up and make contact when the ball gets there.
Maury Buford has punted one time in the ball game for 33 yards, and J.T. Smith will be the punt returner for Kansas City. The rush is on. He gets it away. It's a great one. Fielded at the 21-yard line by J.T. Smith. Fights his way back to the 29. Pete Holohan makes the tackle. Hang time 4.3 seconds. It covered 55 yards on the kick. We've got a timeout. 14:20 left to go in the third. We'll be back. This game is being brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By RCA, maker of innovative video products that will open your eyes. And by Visa cards and traveler's checks. You can do it. We'd like to help. Kansas City has the ball on their own 29-yard line. First down, officially that kick of 58 yards. Bill Kinney, the quarterback. Otis Brown and Billy Jackson see some action as running backs. Hancock, Smith, and Carson are the receivers. Beckman and Scott, the two tight ends. And that is the first sack of the ball game for San Diego. Only their 30th of the year. You'll split it between Ferguson and Elko, so we'll give a baggie apiece. That is number 30 on the year. The Chargers have the 4th fewest sacks in the NFL.
Play action, the right side of your screen. Ferguson doing a job on Lutz, the rookie. Lutz has been playing well, Charlie, and they've protected the quarterback very well, Kansas City has, for most of the year. They're number 11 in the National Football League, allowing the fewest sacks, and for the amount of times they pass, that's a good stat.
And whistles sound and flags fly. Could be a motion or a procedure penalty. It was 2nd and 15. Offensive line, Baldinger, Simmons, Linger at center, Condon and Lutz for the Chiefs. Defensively, it has been Ferguson, Elko, and Johnson, the front three. Ackerman bothered by the flu, and he has not been playing. The linebackers, Lyndon King with a fumble recovery. Mike Green, Billy Ray Smith.
Number 77.
False start on Baldinger. And Ray Preston has been one of the outside linebackers, replacing Woodrow Lowe, who has a leg infection. Reuben Henderson replacing Gilbert. Danny Walters on the corners. Andre Young and Tim Fox at the safety. Chiefs now with 3 wide receivers. And it is 2nd down and 20 from the 19-yard line. Otis Brown out of the backfield. Bumped out of bounds by Ray Preston. Kansas City now has 6 penalties for a total of 57 yards. So not an auspicious start of the second half for either ball club.
Well, that play, Charlie, was a little option screen. He was looking downfield. He wanted to throw the ball downfield. 73 Simmons goes to the left right away. You see Simmons out there. He really wanted to throw the ball to his wide receiver, but the defensive linebackers and backs had it covered deep, so he throws it in the flat and lets Simmons block for the running back.
Gain of 4, 3rd down and 16. City has converted 4 of 5 third down opportunities, and they do it here. A big play. Carlos Carson, who caught one of the touchdown passes. 49-yard line of San Diego. A gain of 28. Andre Young and Reuben Henderson were.
Here we'll take a look at the deep zone. This man right here is playing the deep zone. The receiver will come down, break to the inside, and then break deep behind the shorter man who will be here. We'll take a look at it. Just zone coverage. Man goes inside, Carson goes inside, and then bends back to the outside, that area right between the two of them. It's a good read by Bill Kinney.
and called the crease of the zone. If you hear that terminology, you just saw it.
I was impressed with that read and throw.
San Diego 49-yard line, first down. Ed Beckman showing motion. Kenny to throw. He goes deep. One-on-one, the coverage. Over the shoulder. Looking left was Garson. The throw was right.
The throw was right. That was a deep pattern, and Kenny did not have time to wait to see whether the receiver was going to go to the right or to the left of the receiver. Take a look at Kenny here. He's got to throw it. He's got man on it. He wanted to throw the ball a little bit further outside. He didn't have time to read and see where Carson was going.
Kenny now 18 of 23 for 215 yards, so he needs only 9 more yards to reach that 4,000-yard plateau.
He used to throw for 4,000 yards in 2 seasons. He's going to make it in 15 games.
And who will he join? He'll join Fouts, Namath, and Sipe. Fouts has done it twice. Monday night, Lynn Dickey will probably do it for Green Bay. Here's the draw. Theodis Brown. He breaks clean. He's to the 30. The chase is on. And Theodis will win it 51 yards. No, 49 yards. 49 yards on the score. Theodis Brown, that is the 8th touchdown of the year. And with that rushing yardage, then Kansas City is changing their running stats around.
Take a look at number 58, Mike Green, moving up a blitz. The linemen are slanting one way. Green is supposed to cover the hole the other way. Here we see Brown runs through the hole that was created and then just outruns Billy Ray Smith, 54, and the rest of the Charger defense. This has been one of the problem areas for the Chiefs this year. Not a big, fast, exciting running back since the death of Joe Delaney. That has been their need, and Brown has come in and filled it better than anybody else they've had.
Nick Lowry to attempt the point after. Bill Kinney to hold, and the snap from the rookie, Adam Lingner. And it is good. 24-21. Chiefs pull within 3. Let's take another look.
There's a ground level view to be coming right at you. Andre Young's got a shot at him, 49. That's a very poor effort on the part of Young to try and make Billy Ray Smith 54. So they weren't this fast in college. We'll be right back.
Not in Arkansas. 21-yard touchdown drive, 49 yards on the run by Theodis Brown. It took 56 seconds for the drive. Lowry kicking off and moving under it. Is that Brooks? Yeah. Brooks moved over in Jodat's place, I believe. Yes. And Steve Potter makes the tackle, and San Diego has the ball after that 18-yard return on their own 30-yard line. First down. There is James Brooks. A little bit of controversy surrounding him this year. He's 5'9", 177-pounder, of course, a return man. He backs up Chuck Muncie as a running back, and early on in the season, they wanted to play at fullback, and that's carrying a blocking load, and what he did is he refused to play it. Fouts has time, sets the screen right side. Kellen Winslow behind the screen. He picks up 5, maybe 6. Gary Spaney makes the tackle. They're going to mark it at the 35-yard line, so it goes for a gain of 5. Second down and 5. Now the sun is setting to the west. That means that Fouts is looking into the sun when he looks over to the sidelines and they're flashing signals to. That can bother you as much as looking at the defense.
If you don't like what they're calling, you can just act like you don't see them and call whatever you want.
Or have them sitting out your dark glasses, one or the other. Second and 5. Here's Muncie. And Muncie reverses his field, and then he's thrown down. Gary Spaney had a piece of the jersey and brought him down.
Charlie, going back to what you were saying about James Brooks, whenever you have two flashy type slashing runners such as Brooks and Muncie are, very rarely do both of them fit in the backfield unless you're just going to throw the ball all the time. If you want a running game, one of them has got to be a better blocker to handle for the other one. Very rarely do you see two good running backs in the backfield, in the same backfield, that are the same type of runner.
Third down 7. Good point. 6 men in the secondary. They look for the pass. Quick pass. Just dumped over the middle to Kellen Winslow, and Winslow's momentum takes him to the 44-yard line. A quick 11 yards. First down. Deron Cherry made the tackle.
Pick up a 10 yards on the pass completion.
Muncie, by the way, is rushed for only 17. Let's go back to the first down play.
Excuse me, Charlie. You see no linebackers in the middle of the field. Fouts initially sees that and says, if my man releases to the inside, Kellen Winslow, there's no linebackers there to interfere with a short, quick pass. He probably checked to that and picked up a big first down.
That's an automatic call. When you look and see no linebackers, you say, hey, let's go with it right now. Winslow, 11 receptions, 143 yards, 3 touchdowns. Eric Sievers on the receiving end this time at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 6. So it'll be 2nd down and 4 as Cherry and Blanton make the stop for Kansas City. So now the Chargers, again, just taking what the defense gives them, just picking away 4 yards, 5 yards, 10 yards, not going deep right now.
Always looking deep, but always having somebody short. We've seen a couple tight end screens, and the reason the tight end screens will work is because the linebackers and the defensive backs are dropping deep. The screens are good.
2nd down. It is tipped, almost intercepted. Jerry Blanton was there for the Chiefs. Sievers was the intended receiver. Mangiero, I believe, tipped the ball, and Blanton almost had the interception.
Well, we said earlier they have to pressure Fouts or at least deflect the ball because he is so hot at this point. I don't think he's going to throw any very poor passes. They're not going to have any easy interceptions. That was probably as close as they're going to get with a deflection or a tip ball in the secondary.
And it was Art Still who deflected the ball. 3rd down and 4. San Diego at their own 49-yard line. Fouts drops this one over the middle to Chandler, and Chandler picks up the first down. Trent Bryant with the tackle at the 42-yard line of Kansas City. A gain of 9 yards on the play. And Chandler stays down. Now, earlier, Charlie Joyner was hurt. We had a report that he is suffering from double vision, and they will be holding him out of the contest.
Don Coryell on the sideline, very upset, very concerned about his wide receivers. Of course, Chandler had some problems earlier in the year, didn't he, Charlie, with injuries and
yes.
what have you?
Yes, he did. Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
This is WDAF TV4, Kansas City.
This is Charlie Jones, Bob Greasy in San Diego. Just over 10 minutes left to go in the 3rd. The score is San Diego 24 and Kansas City 21. In the passing offense for the Chargers, they have 3 tight ends, Winslow, Holohan, and Sievers. Between them, they've caught 15. The wide receivers have caught only 4, but this makes it 5. Bobby Duckworth on the receiving end. Cherry and Smith with a tackle. A quick 24 to the 19-yard line of Kansas City. First down.
These are good passes that he is throwing against a zone. They are slants. The wide receivers are running downfield and then slanting over the middle. He is taking 5 quick steps and throwing the ball between the seams, over the linebacker and between the defensive backs. You got to have a good arm and be able to read coverages to do that. Cherry got there just as the ball was being caught, but there was no chance of him to break it up.
At the Kansas City 19, Chargers leading by 3, 24-21. Fouts fires. It's there. And it is Joyner back in the ballgame, double vision and off. Lucius Smith with the tackle. He may have seen 2 footballs. Said, I'll take the one on the left, and he made the right selection.
Charlie, we talk about option screens so often. Here's a good example. Here's Joyner right here. He's going to come down and hook to the outside. The back will come out here. One of the linemen will come out here to block with him, and Fouts will read the area. This time he throws it here. Let's take a look at it. He's reading the coverage downfield. Throws the ball. He could have dumped it to the back.
Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3. 12-yard line. Muncie gets the call, and Calvin Daniels is there. Calvin Daniels out of North Carolina. Taken 2nd in the draft. Fouts, I think, did he want a flag? Is that what it was?
I think he's inviting the officials to have a party after the ball game.
But not necessarily at his place.
You're right.
Yeah, that's not. Did he get back? Well, he may have. Mangiero was in the neutral zone for a moment. Fouts thought that he did not get back. That's what the complaint was about. 3rd down and 3, just inside the 12-yard line. They picked him about a foot on the play.
I think Dan thought he had a free play, and when he didn't see a flag, he was pretty upset.
Looking left, throwing left, pass complete. Winslow. Albert Lewis with the tackle. Flag is down. It's enough for the first down. There's a pair of flags. Head linesman is Dale Williams. Talk has been right.
One of the tricks, Charlie, on 3rd and short yardage they like to do. This man breaking to the inside man breaking to the outside. What that does is causes a traffic problem for the defensive backs. Let's take a look. See the defensive backs, they have to switch men. You only need 4 yards. It's a good, simple, safe pass on
5-yard face mask on a defense. Number 29. That's a first down.
5-yard face mask call on Albert Lewis. They add it to the end of the play. And there it is. He does have a grip of the face mask.
Didn't really need it.
Winslow just kind of shrugged him off his shoulder.
Official threw the face mask, threw the flag right at Winslow.
Ball at the 3-yard line. First down goal to go. Here's Muncy, and he is pushed away at the goal line. Does not go in. So it'll be second down goal to go. With that reception of Winslow, for Kellum, that is his 12th reception of the ball game, 148 yards, and he has scored 3 touchdowns. San Diego with his offensive set. Second down goal to go about a foot away. Remember, I mentioned it earlier at the opposite end of the field. Winslow, Holohan, Severs, 3 tight ends. Muncy and Sherman, 2 running backs. Bounce the quarterback. I said they might throw, and they did. Here they're going to run. I believe it is Fouts. He wanted to hand off, but Muncy slipped. As soon as Fouts reacted to the slip, he scores the touchdown.
You better believe he wanted to hand off. Dan smiling, laughing about it. This was supposed to be a play. You called it correctly. It's a quick reaction on the part of Fouts. Number 1, to realize that Muncy wasn't there, but number 2, to remember where the hole was and where the blocking was. And even a quarterback on a slip by the defense, by the running back, can get into the hole. Quick thinking by Dan Fouts.
30-21 the score. San Diego leading. Here's the extra point. And it is good. So the margin moves back from 3 to 10. It is San Diego 31, Kansas City 21. We have 6 minutes, 55 seconds left to go. We're in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back with the kickoff. Top of the show, Bob, the key factors of the ball game. You said for Kansas City they had to pressure Fouts.
I think they have to, and they haven't so far, and they've scored 31 points, and I don't think they're going to get to him. They have to do something.
And we also said that San Diego had to eliminate turnovers. Coming into the ball game, 51 turnovers, the most in the NFL. That's almost 4 a ball game. They have not had a turnover in this ball game, and they have the lead. Anthony Hancock on the kickoff return. He's back to the 20, 25, to the 30-yard line. Good return for Hancock, and he had to do it through a crowd. So now Kansas City down by 10. They've been there before. 22 yards on the return. It seems as if the Chiefs trail by 3 or 10, then back to 3, and then back to 10. So let's see what they can get going offensively.
Well, they've trailed the whole ball game, but they really haven't been out of it. It's always been catch up, catch up, catch up, and they certainly can do that.
Chiefs from their own 30-yard line. 6:46, time remaining, 3rd quarter. Kenny fires. It is a little low, but it is caught by Hancock. Ray Preston was there for the defense. Danny Walters was also there for San Diego. Mark it at the 34, gain of 4. So it is 2nd down and 6. Theodis Brown, the running back. The Chiefs have rushed for more than 100 yards in the ball game, and they have been averaging only 73 a ball game. Of course, Brown got 49 of it on his touchdown run. 2nd down and 6. Kenny makes the wrong choice, and he may still pick up a yard, as Gary Johnson had the coverage. A couple of flags on the play.
Now that time Kenny didn't call it the wrong way. You could tell from the reaction of Theodis Brown that he went the wrong way. Of course, as a quarterback, you always go over and remind him the next time you call a play You always make sure. He says, now this is going left. Left, that's this way.
It'll be a personal foul against the Chargers. And that will take the ball to the 50-yard line. And it's a first down. Here's the call from Ben Dry.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 57, and that's a first down.
Called on Lyndon King. King, if you will recall early in the ball game, had a fumble recovery that set up the field goal by Rothman-Urschke from 27 yards out that opened the scoring. Kansas City now at their own 50-yard line, first down, and the sun is coming out. The clouds have blown away in San Diego. Little play action on the pitch, the roll right. The pass is there, tipped, caught by the second man. It will be a complete pass at the 35-yard line of San Diego, a gain of 15. Anthony Hancock caught it. Willie Scott is the man who went up for it, deflected, and with that catch, Bill Kenny has thrown for more than 4,000 yards this year.
This was a design sprint out. He'll always remember this as the one that got him over 4,000. Not that well thrown ball. It was a little bit behind Willie Scott, but Hancock in the right place at the right time makes the reception.
There's something else. Willie Scott will remind him of that play, too.
Remind him it was behind him, right?
And he got punished. 35-yard line of San Diego, first down, Kansas City. Ed Beckman was the man in motion. You heard the defense helping the officials on an illegal formation call. There was not a flag drop. Pass complete to Beckman. Ray Preston was there for the defense. Beckman coming into the ball game, only 12 receptions for 125 yards, but he does make the tough receptions.
He certainly does. We saw John Makovic, who is calling the plays.
He's got two running backs in there now, Brown and Jackson both, 2nd and 5.
You know, going back to the penalty that was just assessed against Lyndon King, personal foul, that is a tremendous boost to the offensive team. Here, San Diego just scored. Kansas City's got to come out, and they say, okay, here's 15 yards for you. Let us help you down the field.
Theodis Brown cuts back against the grain, and he will be dropped for a 2-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Ray Preston with the tackle. Let's check the scoreboard. See what's happening in the National Football League. Washington leading Dallas. 3rd quarter, 21-10. New England leading the Rams. Now that's interesting. If New England wins, they join 5 others with 8-7 records and a chance at the playoffs.
Don't get into all that, Joe. You're confusing me already.
I know. Baltimore still leading Denver, 19-0.
What a shocker that is.
Boy, that is.
In Denver.
That is. Oh, look at that, 4th quarter. Raiders behind St. Louis. 3rd down, 7. From the shotgun. Kenny throws. It is incomplete. Little behind J.T. Smith, the intended receiver. Kenny now has completed 21 of 27 for 240 yards. It'll be 4th down and 7. Nick Lowry will come in with a field goal attempt. We'll take another look.
Here we had a blitz. Linebackers are blitzing. Both these linebackers are coming. The receivers are going down. He had somebody open in the middle. Let's take a look at it and see the linebackers blitzing. Field open down the middle of the field. Receiver wide open. He chooses to throw outside, but throws behind him. That was a lost opportunity for the offense. You like to have them blitz where you can block them and have time to throw it for a touchdown.
Nick Lowry, a 49-yard field goal attempt, his long of the year. It is 58 yards, well within his range. And he has it from 49 yards out. So Kansas City now has 24 points, and San Diego has 31. The margin is 7. The Chargers lead it. 4:06 left to go. We're in the 3rd quarter. Head coach of the San Diego Chargers. Bob, you mentioned earlier, you don't think you'd ever seen him smile on the sideline. I think maybe once 5 years ago, but it may have been gas.
I don't think he's mad. I just think he's so intense.
That's it. Here's James Brooks on the return.
James Brooks takes the kick on the start line.
Ray Yakubonis made the tackle. I knew Ray would get in on that. We've been waiting for it. 24 yards of the return by Brooks.
You've been practicing on that all day.
All day.
32-yard line. First and 10 Chargers.
San Diego has the ball on their own 32, first down.
There's Ray.
There he is. Chuck Muncie. And Chuck will lose a yard. It'll be second down and 11. Dino Mangiero was there to cut him down. Chargers running attack that has been pretty good. In fact, it was very effective against Kansas City first time that they have met. Has not been effective today.
Well, Charlie, you know they're playing against a good, tough defense in Kansas City. As we said, they're number 13 in the National Football League. They're known more for defense against the pass than the run, but you know, they're tough. They're good players.
They've held Chuck Muncie to 18 yards in 12 carries. Bounce throws. Severs has it. And Eric is out of bounds. Lucius Smith had the coverage for the defense. So they're going to blow the play dead at about the 37-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6. So it's third down. Still around 5 yards to go for the first down. Check of the scoreboard. Fourth quarter. St. Louis 34. Raiders 24. That is one of the major surprises of quite a few surprises that we've had today.
Weren't the Raiders ahead by a large number there for a while?
Yeah, I think they
17 to nothing.
I think they got out in front very early. Lucius Smith being assisted from the field of play. Third down and 5. Chargers have converted 8 of 11 third down opportunities. A lot of them throwing and a lot of them from this formation. They do not have a remaining back. They have Chandler, Duckworth, Holohan, Winslow, and Joyner all as receivers. Kansas City counters with 6 in the secondary. Bounce over the middle. It is intercepted. Kansas City has the ball. Durwood Rockmore with the interception. Winslow, the intended receiver. And that is the first turnover that the Chargers have suffered in this ball game. And a big break for Kansas City. They trail by 7. They have excellent field position.
Good coverage on the play. Dan just tried to force that ball, Charlie. He completed a similar passes throughout the ball game. Here's a ground level shot of it. Big rush by the Kansas City Chiefs. We said they had to put more pressure on him. The high pass wasn't good enough. Going the other way. For the interception, take a look at the defensive end. He gets good pressure upfield. This man comes to the inside. The linebacker is blitzing up the middle, and this defensive lineman right here comes all the way around, and they get into the face of Dan Fouts. Let's take a look at the pressure that causes the interception. Big looping, pressure on him, and good coverage. Takes a combination, pressure on the quarterback, coverage in the backfield.
And you said in your key factor that they had to put pressure on Fouts.
And that is really the first time he's really been pressured. I think of one other time in the ball game where Shields had holding and they had a little pressure on him, but they were in his face.
Kansas City at the San Diego 49-yard line, first down. Billy Jackson, the ball carrier, maybe a yard. That's about it. Elko and Johnson make the tackle. Mark it for a gain of 1. It'll be second down and 9. Kenny has completed 21 of 27 passes, 239 yards. I expect him to throw every down.
Well, you expect him to score at least. This is an interesting series for Kansas City. They've been responding to every score that San Diego has. The last 2 or 3 times they had the ball, they scored. Kansas City went down and scored. Now they've got the ball where they didn't score. Talking about the Chargers. Let's see if they can go down and score on their own.
Ackerman has checked into that defensive line. Second down and 9. Carson drops the ball. Oh, that was very catchable. A little low. It may, what may have happened, low with his knees bent, his knees may have just jarred out of his hands. Let's see. No, he just dropped it. And Kenny took some pressure,
I think
too.
Bill Kenny had a few people, uninvited guests in the pocket right there. Lyndon King. The ball was a little bit wobbly, as in the trade we say it was a dying duck. It was hard to catch.
Third down. Kansas City's converted 5 of 7 third down opportunities. This is third down and 9. Chiefs with 4 wide receivers. Kenny throws underneath the coverage. Hancock, it is short of the first down. Billy Ray Smith with the tackle at the 43-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and 4. Now you've got choices. Long field goal attempt. You can gamble and go for that as the time remaining third quarter, or you can kick, and they will be punting.
3rd and 9. You throw the ball underneath, Charlie. A lot of people don't understand that. The reason for the short throw was zone coverage. Everybody was deep. If you threw the ball downfield, it may have been tipped or intercepted. You got to throw it short and hope he can run for it.
San Diego's looking for something. They do not have a return man back. Here's the snap. Going for the corner. Comes down out of bounds. Let's see where they're marked it. Probably around the 20-yard line. Hang time was 4.2 yards. They're going to mark it out right at the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the kick. And so the Chargers take over.
Not that good a kick by a man that was supposed to be very, very accurate in doing exactly what he was asked to do.
Program note, next Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, join NFL 83 as we will have the final regular season weekend from the Metrodome. It will be the battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings. That is next Saturday here on NBC Sports. 37 yards on that punt out of bounds at the Charger 20-yard line. Bounce this time is now that is, he had time and then he lost time. He had pressure. He's down, and then he was simply throwing it away, and he goes down on that left shoulder. Now he has had an arch injury. He's had a broken wrist. He's had a thumb problem. He has had a shoulder injury and a rotator cuff, a strained tendon and a rotator cuff.
Well, he
is down again. He's really hurting.
He's hurting, and he's holding. I think he's holding his right arm into his. He got hit, Charlie, something similar to what I was hit at the end of my career. A defensive lineman come in. He hits him, I think, at the very end when he's got his arm up.
And then he also hits that right shoulder when he went down. And that was a rotator cuff in that right shoulder, and when he's holding his arms.
That injury is very similar to the one I had a few years ago that ended my career. Your arm is back and coming forward, and a defensive lineman gets inside your arm and bends it back the other way. Now, I couldn't see how I was hit, but it's obviously a strain on that shoulder when all your muscles are coming forward, and a defensive lineman stops that momentum and takes it the other way when your muscle strain is still going forward. You don't like to see a quarterback get hit like that. You'd rather have him have his arms close to his body before he's throwing it or after he's finished throwing it. But he got inside of him at that point.
Here it is again. I think he hurts it also when he hits the ground.
You see, he started to throw the ball, and the defense man stopped him from throwing it. Stopped his forward motion of his arm.
So Ed Luther has come in, replacing Fouts. He gives to Brooks, and Brooks is running free at the 35, the 40, and then out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Ron Cherry was chasing him at that point. 24 yards on the play, and a first down. Fouts in the ball game. Let's go back to this handoff from Luther to James Brooks.
It's a simple draw play. Lewis, 29, claims they were holding on Winslow. I don't know. I couldn't see any holding, but it was a big play for the San Diego Chargers.
Let's mark it the 45-yard line, first down. Brooks and Smith are the two running backs. And it is Brooks again. And he moves forward to the 46. Gain of 1, second down, 9. Mangiero with the tackle. They're working on Fouts on the sidelines. We do not have an official report. We can tell you, though, that he completed 25 of 36 passes, 284 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception.
You know, that's not good when you see the team physician with his hand up the sleeve, feeling around the shoulder area of a quarterback. Fouts moving his arm around, and I've had that hand up my shirt sleeve a few times, and it's, you know, you're looking for separation and areas of damage in the shoulder. Hopefully there's no damage.
Second and 9. Joyner diving reception, and he got it at the 44-yard line of Kansas City. It will be a first down. And with that play, no, they stopped the clock. He was sliding out of bounds. 8 seconds left in the third.
This is Luther's first pass. There was double coverage on the outside man. He just beats the outside of the 2 defensive backs and makes a good throw to the outside, low and away. Joyner with another big catch.
Kansas City, 44-yard line. He's disgusted, of course.
Exactly. You can. I've seen that quarterbacks. It's not good what we're seeing.
Luther going deep, has a man, Chandler. Touchdown, San Diego.
Chandler was wide open. He just went straight down the sideline. Luther, good read on the play. He busted coverage. Either the safety didn't go over far enough. Certainly there wasn't a jam at the line of scrimmage. It's just a matter of who's going to make the big plays for the San Diego Chargers. Luther, is going to be Fouts, is going to be Winslow, is going to be Chandler. They got so many weapons.
Chandler, 3 receptions, 64 yards, the touchdown. Extra point is good. 38-24.
Another look from the end zone. The linebacker's dropping straight back, so it's a zone. The safety needs to get over there a little further. The cornerback on that side needs to jam him. For Chandler to be that wide open, he had to get off the line of scrimmage very, very untouched and very free.
80 yards on the drive in 5 plays. It took 1 minute and 8 seconds. Congratulations to Ed Luther. And that is the other side of the coin. Luther, of course, is very pleased with his performance, and Fouts is concerned about his injury. Kellen Winslow. Winslow with 3 touchdown receptions in the ballgame. You're right. San Diego has a lot of weapons.
Well, they have a lot of weapons. It's sad to see someone as intense as we look at John Makovic looking over his offensive game plan to get some more points. Danny is just frustrated. He's been relatively free of injury the last few years. This year it seems as though everything has come as he's heading off to the confines of the locker room, probably to have an X-ray taken on his shoulder. But it's just it's too bad as he waves to the crowd and appreciates their support. It's been a tough year for Danny Fouts.
Standing ovation for Fouts. Here is Hancock, number 82, on the return. Play is blown dead.
You know, it's been a tough year for the San Diego Chargers. While he was not playing, they were 1-4.
We'll be back right after these messages from your local station.
The point I was making before we broke, Dan Fouts has been more than a quarterback that has set all kinds of records for the San Diego Chargers. He has been the leader of their offense and the leader of their team. With him out of there, they really do not have a real leader type. Timmy Fox is the leader of the defense, and Fouts has been the leader of the offense, and Fox has been hurt some this year. He cracked an ankle, he missed 4 or 5 ball games, and when you don't have him playing, you're missing your leaders.
We still do not have an official report on the injury to Dan Fouts. Of course, we will pass it on as soon as we receive it. Now let's see what Kansas City can do. They trail by 14 as we start the 4th quarter. They have a first down at their own 27-yard line. Here's Theodis Brown. And he picks up, looks like the first down at the 37-yard line where Lyndon King makes the tackle. Time of possession, it's not that far off. San Diego just over 24 minutes. Kansas City just under 21. San Diego's run 57 plays. Kansas City 46. A little audio replay. That growl in the background was not his throat. That was the tape machine winding down. Through 3 quarters, San Diego has 23 first downs to Kansas City's 15. Passing yardage, San Diego 337, Kansas City 243. Rushing yardage, San Diego 48, Kansas City 101. Kenny drilled drills this one to Willie Scott. And a first down at the 50-yard line. Gain of 13. Mike Green, Billy Ray Smith with a tackle. So back-to-back first downs for the Kansas City Chiefs. An interesting point that you brought up last time they had the ball. The Chiefs offense seems to respond to a San Diego score. And yet the last time when they took on the turnover, they did not respond.
And so often in a game like this, the score 38-34, at least we forget. When a team, the other team scores, you say, all right, let's go out and get it back. But when they don't, you kind of let down a little bit.
First down. Here's Billy Jackson for about 5 yards. Mike Green with a tackle. Do you have a report on Fouts?
A preliminary report that Dan Fouts is a bruised AC joint. We hope it's nothing worse than that, and certainly those things are very preliminary when they're on the sideline, and x-rays will be taken and more examination, but let's just hope it's nothing worse than that.
Would you a bruised
AC joint?
What is an AC joint?
I don't know. They gave me a bunch of other technical terms, and that was the least.
we like cavicula. You need a medical degree. Little flea flicker back to Kenny, looking to go deep. Has his man there, throws it, doesn't make it yet. 3 Chargers were converging on Anthony Hancock, and the ball just barely got there in time. 26 yards, 16-yard line. First down, big play for Kansas City.
Charlie, we mentioned earlier the fact that Timmy Fox, the weak safety for the Chargers, likes to get up involved in the running play. This is the second play the Kansas City Chiefs have used to try and draw him up. This time he was so deep they completed it in front of him. And that's when you know things are going right for you. Hancock, the speedster, couldn't get behind Fox, so they threw it in front of him. It was designed to go behind him.
First and 10, 16-yard line. Kenny throws in the corner, incomplete. Now Rick Smith of the Chargers has joined us. I want to give you my headset just to explain what the injury is.
Well, Charlie, the team physician said it was a bruised AC joint. In medical terms, that's a acromioclavicular joint. It's not the same injury that kept him sidelined for 5 games. It's actually Fouts' 6th injury of the year, and it is to the same shoulder, but not to the same area. The rotator cuff was the one that kept him out 5 games.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it. Second down and 10, 16-yard line.
Comes a blitz.
Looping pass, it is caught. Stephon Page has his 2nd touchdown of the ball game. He got behind Danny Walters. And Kansas City now pulling within 8 points. The extra point would pull them within 7.
Take a look to your right side. Kenny sees it coming, throws the ball high to the inside, gives Page plenty of time to adjust to where the ball is. Kenny knew he didn't have much time to get it off. Smart play. I'm very impressed with the play of Bill Kenny today, Charlie.
Page, 4 receptions, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. Nick Lowry to attempt the point after. Kenny is holding. The snap from Ligner is good, and the extra point is good.
We'll see the eyes of Bill Kenny. Looks left. He sees it coming all the way. 52, Preston. The reason Preston was free, the safeties were coming, corners were coming. They had more people coming than they could block, so he knew he had to get rid of the ball. It's a good throw.
He has thrown for 309 yards. We'll be back. Being brought to you by Chevrolet of Fisher U.S. Cars and Trucks of the 14th winter game. Chevrolet and you taking charge. By Anheuser-Busch St. Louis, Brewers of Michelob. Some things speak for themselves. And by a tool for modern times, the IBM personal computer. 11:45 left in the ball game as Kansas City kicks out. San Diego leading 38-31. Brooks on the return. 21 yards on the return. Ray Yakubonis making his second tackle of the ball game on specialty teams. There is the score, 38-31. The time now, 11:36. And for Kansas City, of course, they have been here before. Remember a couple of weeks ago against Seattle? They lost in overtime 51-48, but they played constant catch-up, and they finally caught them at 48 all. Here they trail 38-31. Luther, the quarterback, replacing the injured Fouts. Luther's completed 2 of 2 for 53 yards and a touchdown. He has pressure. It's a screen to the tight end, Kellen Winslow, and Winslow picks up the first down. Deron Cherry making the tackle. The ball on the 24-yard line. That was the line of scrimmage after the kickoff return. Maybe just shy of the first down. It's about the 34.
That was the tight end screen again, Charlie. We alluded to earlier in the game, throwing it because of the deep drops of the Kansas City Chiefs. It's interesting to note that time, though, Kansas City on first down went to 5 backs, and one of the 5 backs was assigned to cover Kellen Winslow, lined up right over him. When Kellen sat back to block, the defensive back said, well, it's not going to be a pass to him. I'll get back in coverage, and then they threw it to him anyway.
For Winslow, his 13th reception. He has 159 yards. He has scored 3 touchdowns. Brooks gets the ball, and we have a flag on the play. Season high for Kellen Winslow, and ties his career high. Mike Bell making the last tackle along with Gary Spady. Now we'll sort out the flag. Offsides Kansas City. It was a first down, by the way, at the 34-yard line. So they'll take the penalty here, and it'll be first down and 5. 39-yard line, first down and 5.
Offside defense, the left side.
Well, at least you can't point out one culprit. I guess everybody on the left side was offside. In penalties, San Diego 6 for 63 yards. Kansas City 8 for 68. 38-31, Chargers lead, fourth quarter. 10 minutes, 39 seconds left to go. James Brooks. Just a yard to the 40 where Thomas Howard stops him. So he's second down and 4. Now, San Diego does not have their starting quarterback. Luther started, what did he start? 5 ball games, and his record was 1-4. You know, good performance, bad performance, up and down. Will they run more now? Do they want to control the clock? Still 10 minutes. It's a lot of time left.
I don't think they'll get completely out of their offensive system. I think they'll throw. They may go to a little bit more run, but Luther can certainly throw the ball, and that's their system.
Incomplete. Winslow, who's trying to go a quick out to Winslow to pick up the first down. Rockmore had the coverage. It'll be third down and 4.
Good example right there, Charlie, of the timing that is not there between Luther and Winslow, that is there between Fouts and Winslow. And that's not to put Ed Luther down. It's just the fact that in practice for so many years, Winslow and Fouts have worked together and worked together. They know each other like twins. They know where everybody's going to be at the right time, and they know when to get the ball to each other.
They've been working together for 5 years. Big difference. Third down 4. 8 of 11 third down opportunities. Here's Brooks, sweep to the left side, spins out of a tackle. He's got the first down. Mike Bell for Kansas City. He went out at the 46-yard line, so he got 6 yards. He needed 4. Deron Cherry was also there for the defense, but they have the first down.
Here's a look from the end zone. Kansas City expecting pass. We'll see number 20, Deron Cherry. Nobody blocks Cherry. This is his play to make. Poor tackling. You know, Charlie, we can talk about the picks and the passes and all this other stuff, but it still gets down to blocking and tackling. Whoever blocks best and tackles best usually wins most.
Brooks, 36 yards rushing and 5 carries in the ball game, and he gets the call again. Leading the way is Sherman Smith. Has about 5 yards. Art Still and Mangiero on the tackle. 49-yard line of Kansas City. So it'll be second down and 5. Clock continues to move. Just over 9.5 minutes left to go. San Diego leading by 7. This is is the first time this year that you've had a chance to see Ed Luther throw. I want to get your impressions, and also one of the reads on him was that the receiver said he threw the ball too hard. Can that be true?
Oh, sure. There's a number of quarterbacks around the league who throw the ball too hard.
Over the middle, Kellen Winslow. Be close to the first down. Ron Cherry brings him down along with Gary Spaney. Of course, sometimes like that, when you have coverage, you want to throw the ball hard.
Well, there are times you need to throw the ball crisply. I don't think you ever need to throw the ball real hard. Certainly you need to get the ball quickly. Again, he drops back to pass. Winslow spins out of the block of the jam of Blanton and makes the reception, but there are times to throw it hard, and then we've seen some beautiful examples here, both by Fouts and by Kenny on the latest touchdown, of when you have to throw it softly and up and over. The good ones can do it both ways.
Winslow having the outstanding day. 3rd down and 1, 45-yard first down. Brooks coming over the top of the 40-yard line. Spaney and Calvin Daniels with the tackle. Brooks now has 46 yards rushing, 46 of the Chargers, total of 65. John McAfee, boy, he has done a great job with the Chiefs. I'm very impressed with this young coach.
And he has said that we will not be a complete team or a complete offense until next year when we get a good running back. Now, Theodis Brown has played well today, but they need a big play running back, and he said they won't be a complete team offense until they do that.
First down. 7:45 left to play. Clock moves. Pass, far side, incomplete. Joyner, the intended receiver. Lucius Smith had the coverage. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That ball could have been picked off by the linebacker, Calvin Daniels, number 50, as he was making his drop. It's a dangerous throw. The linebacker was in better shape than Lucius Smith, the defensive back.
Luther has completed 4 of 6, 68 yards and a touchdown. And as far as Kansas City's offense is concerned, there are not that many good running backs going into the draft this year. It's not a big year for running backs. On the draw, here is Brooks. Little stutter step to the outside. Picks up about 9 yards on the play. James Brooks. Jerry Blanton and Durwood Rockmore with the tackle. Brooks had 430 yards rushing on the season coming into this game.
We'll take a look at Calvin Daniels. Drops back, thinks it's going to be a pass. The little stutter step you alluded to holds Daniels to the outside and makes that hole inside so he can get up inside. The good running backs have all got that stutter step, and they all have good eyes where they can see the holes opening and anticipation of where they may be.
Gain of 9, 31-yard line, 3rd down and 1. This time Brooks is stacked up, needed a yard for the first down. He may not have gotten it. Calvin Daniels with the tackle along with Mike Bell. The Chargers now have run 63 plays. Go ahead, Bob.
There's Calvin Daniels. We're looking at the plays going the other way. Comes around, and when you can chase the play down from the opposite side, you know you've got pretty good speed.
San Diego has thrown the ball 41 times. They have rushed with the ball 22 times. 4th down and 1.
And we've shown you Calvin Daniels a few times in the last series. It's not because anything is wrong with Howard or Jackson. It's just that Mackovic wants to get some of his younger players in there in game-type conditions, and certainly the game is up for grabs here.
4th down and a yard. The response from the crowd as the Chargers go for it. 6:24, time remaining in the ballgame. Here is Brooks. The race is on. Brooks wins it as the first down. Lucius Smith was chasing him. He picked up a couple of yards. Mark it at the 28-yard line. Give him 3 and the first down.
That's a good play offensively, Charlie. Pitch it to your wide man. Have all your linemen blocked down straight ahead and let him go one-on-one. Defensively, the way you stop it is get somebody upfield to contain it. Don't let him get outside. Make him run back to the inside. Obviously, the Chiefs didn't do that. First down. It was a critical 4th down situation.
6 minutes, 18 seconds left to play. San Diego leading by 7, 38-31. First down, Kansas City, 28-yard line. Luther to throw. Little pump fake, throws. It is high. Almost intercepted on the rebound. Ron Cherry tried to pick it up. Let's go to New York City, NFL 83.
Thank you, Charlie. In Denver, the touchdown that shouldn't have counted. The Broncos are finally on the board, trailing Baltimore 19-7. Elway's pass to Clint Sampson. There's one step. The second step, clearly he's out of bounds. Shouldn't have counted, but they gave it to him. So it's 19-7 Baltimore. Back to you, Charlie.
Thank you, Lynn. Interestingly enough, we had a touchdown in this ball game that, at least from our angle of the replay, and we think that is a good angle, that it should not have counted, but it did. You call them as you see them, as they say. They want to set a screen, then go deep instead. It is tipped. This one is intercepted. Kansas City has the ball. Gary Green with the interception. That is the second turnover by San Diego. Kansas City moving on offense in just a moment with just over 6 minutes left to go. We'll be back.
Another look at this play. You see Luther has good vision. This is important for a quarterback. He doesn't throw it too hard. In fact, the ball is right on the money. Deron Cherry, number 20, gets his hand in at the most opportune time, tips the ball up in the air. Take another look at it. Great vision by the quarterback. So important. Ball is right on the money. Receivers can't get it. Tell you what, Deron Cherry, Charlie, is having a big year. He's got 7 interceptions, tied with several other people for the lead in the AFC, and 2 other weak safeties. It's going to be interesting to see who goes to the Pro Bowl this year.
And Kansas City has the ball at their own 21-yard line. It'll be interesting to see if they can go 79 yards and a score to tie it up. Here's Billy Jackson to the 30, has the first down. The 38 or the 39-yard line. 19 yards on the play. First down, Ken Green, Reuben Henderson making the tackle in the secondary for San Diego. Spotted at the 38-yard line, so it's a gain of 17. First down. There's the time remaining. With these two passing teams, that is a lot of time remaining.
It's a lot of time. They're 62 or 63 yards away. They're down by 7 points. And if you're eternal optimist, you got to say, don't score too quickly.
Good point. Good point. Kansas City, first down. Kenny throws. It's a bit high, but pulled down by Hancock. And he stops the clock as he goes out at the 46-yard line. He has 8. It'll be second down and a couple. And Kenny was very slow getting up. He was hit right after he made the release. Lyndon King was the man who nailed him.
And by Lyndon King being in there, obviously, you could tell it was a blitz. All the linebackers were coming. They were trying to put more pressure on him, try to create something, maybe hit him as he's throwing and make a fumble. I think the feeling that I get from Tom Bass, the defensive coordinator of his Chargers, he wants them to be more aggressive, and he feels like he may have to create something, a mistake, to stop him.
Hancock, 7 receptions, 87 yards for Kansas City. Here's Theodis Brown, and he surges for the first down into San Diego territory at the Charger 47-yard line.
7-yard advance.
5 minutes and 2 seconds.
On the start.
Let's go back in time in this ball game. Kellen Winslow's touchdown catch in the first half. 1 foot. Second foot is out of bounds. That second foot has to be clearly out of it. He left a big footprint, took a chunk of the white with him, but it was called a touchdown. The officials, we believe, think that from their angle, that he was being pushed out of bounds. If he was, it would have been all right, but he wasn't, and almost a sack. Great pressure from Ray Preston. And it will be second down and 10. Lyndon King again there. San Diego 47-yard line. Question now, the Charger defense. They're blitzing on every down. Is this to cover up weakness in the secondary?
No, I don't think so, Charlie. I think they're blitzing to create pressure on Kenny because they don't feel like they can stop him without the pressure. That time, both linebackers were blitzing. King was blitzing and Preston, plus the nickelback, who is Ken Green, number 28. He was in there also. Interesting to see if they continue that in the next few plays.
Second down and 10. San Diego 47-yard line. 4:30. Time remaining. Going deep. Has a man. Has a step. Has the catch. Inside the 5. Carlos Carson, who has a touchdown reception, makes his grab of 43 yards. He got behind Reuben Henderson. 3-yard line.
That was, again, a big play, Charlie. Again, they were up there blitzing. Here, we'll take a look at it.
44 yards.
little blitz, a little game. The defensive linemen are swift, and he had good protection. Looked Fox off. Fox to his right side, threw the ball inside Henderson. That's a big play. That's what we're talking about. When you blitz, you put your defensive backs one-on-one in the coverage, and they're getting beat.
And Carlos Carson, 6 receptions, 148 yards, and a touchdown. Kansas City first down goal to go, 3-yard line. Theodis Brown. Maybe a yard. Maybe a yard and a half. San Diego says we have a fumble recovery at the bottom. Officials say yes, you do. Chuck Ian, number 78, comes jumping out. Ferguson comes out, number 76. He's got the football. Let's see if we can see what happened. The
59.
ball wrestled loose.
Cliff Thrift, 59, before he went on the pile. It's a big play for the Charger defense, Charlie.
Ferguson has the fumble recovery. We have a timeout. San Diego, they've got the football. Kansas City has fumbled twice in the ball game, and they lost the fumble both times.
Take a look at Cliff Thrift, 59. No, that's Preston, 52, that hits him first. Cliff Thrift, 59, is the man who pulls it out. But Charlie, usually on goal line running, you hold the ball in over yourself and you protect it with your other arm. I didn't feel like Brown was doing that on that play.
You said during the commercial break that he was looking more like he wanted to run about 60 or 70 yards with it.
Exactly. He was holding it to his side instead of in front of it and protecting it.
Flag was down. Brooks goes out to about the 5-yard line. Blanton and Daniels making the tackle.
Of course, we talked about Kansas City and their lack of, obviously, a big running back like a Pete Johnson, for instance, or a Franco Harris, or a Earl Campbell. Those big, tough guys that can really get it in there. Riggins at Washington.
Holding,
another one.
offense, number 60. Decline. It's second down.
And we're talking about John Makovic and saying their need really in next year's draft is going to be a good running back, and you alluded to the fact that there aren't that many. Mike Rozier at Nebraska. But it's not a good year for running back. The timing of when you get those high draft choices is very important.
Here is Brooks again. 6-yard line. It'll be third down. It is a final. St. Louis upsetting the Raiders, 34-24.
And Jerry Franklin.
And in the fourth quarter, well, Denver is edging back on Baltimore, 19-14.
That loss by the Raiders, Charlie, makes the game next week with the Chargers in L.A. important to them, because if they lose, if the Raiders lose and the Dolphins win, they could get the home field advantage in the championship game.
4 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in that Denver game. Pass for first down on a 3rd down and 7 is incomplete. Spaney was there, and that means that San Diego will kick it away. Kansas City will have another opportunity. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go. Chargers lead by 7, 38-31. Oh, does this feel like overtime? What did I say when we started? Sit back and relax. We may be here a while. Well, don't go away. J.T. Smith is set for the return. Buford has punted twice. His average is 45.5 yards. He had one, for 58 yards? Yeah. It's a pretty good one. J.T. takes it at the 48-yard line. He's to the 50. Cuts back. 46-yard line. San Diego territory. Hang time, 3.9 seconds. Carlos Bradley made the tackle. 46 yards on the kick, about a 5-yard return. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left to go in regulation time. Kansas City has the ball at the San Diego 46-yard line, first down. And the last time they had it, they were able to move the ball. There was no question about it. They had the fumble at around the 2 or the 3-yard line, and that's what stopped them from going in.
And the last time they had the ball, as you remember, San Diego was blitzing. It'd be interesting to see now if they're going to continue that. They have a lot of young players on defense, but they're skilled, but again, they're young.
Kenny throws. It's there. It's complete to Carlos Carson. Carson at the 30-yard line, a gain of 16, first down. Ken Green had the coverage. As we pause briefly for station identification, this is the NBC Television Network.
This is WDAF TV4 Kansas City.
This is Charlie Jones, Bob Greasy in San Diego, where the Chargers lead Kansas City by 7. Reuben Henderson injured on the last play for San Diego. 2:16 left to go here in a ball game that San Diego has led. They led 3-0, 10-0, and then it was kind of catch-up for Kansas City, but they never caught up. They trailed 10-7, 17-7, 17-14, 24-14. They got closer and closer. Now they trail by 7. Pump fake. Has a man along the sidelines, but he's out of bounds. Incomplete. Stephon Page, the intended receiver, and with that play, the clock moves to the 2-minute mark. Well, we're getting set for one here. And let's go back in time for another of those fantastic finishes. City Chiefs.
The last play, Charlie, Henderson, the defensive back for the Chargers, was hurt. Went out of the ball game. Makovic saw this. They moved Andre Young, a strong safety, to corner. The last play was a little out and up to Stephon Page on that side, so it doesn't take Makovic long to see where a problem is for a defense and to try to attack it.
Don Coryell, head coach of San Diego, 30-yard line of the Chargers, 2nd down and 10. Kansas City trailing by 7 from the shotgun. Scott in motion. Kenny deep over the middle. Carson holds on to it. No, ball is loose. Returned. He recovered it himself. Are they going to rule it complete or incomplete? Or was it Stephon Page? It was Stephon Page. He was really hit at the 5-yard line. Did he have possession? We've got an injury timeout.
Take a look at it right here. There's a receiver. Everybody else is going over. He's going to come down the field, break to the middle. The two safeties are going to split, go to the wide. Let's take a look at it. See him read the coverage. Reese is around the man, gets down the middle. Kenny sees the ball, lays it up where he can get it. Defensive man sees it also, gets there a little bit after the catch.
Now, what the ruling is, the ground cannot cause a fumble. He had possession when he hit the ground. He retains possession. Kansas City has the ball. They can score and tie it up. We'll be back in just a moment.
Good throw, good catch, good concentration by a young free agent rookie coming into camp. Presence of mind to go back after it. Didn't have to.
First down goal to go 3-yard line. Page has 85 yards in receiving, including 2 touchdowns. Bootleg right side. Kenny throws, end zone, touchdown. He goes to Willie Scott, his tight end, on a good play.
John Makovic. There's Don Coryell, but Kenny and Makovic have really made this offense work, Charlie. It's a dynamic offense. We've talked about, take another look at it as the defensive line slants to the way he's rolling, that he's got enough athletic ability to see the receiver, have the presence of mind to find him and drill it in there. Strong arm, short area to go. This for the tied up.
38-37. Here's the extra point attempt by Nick Lowery. He has missed only one all season long. He's got it. 38-38. 134. And I go back to a comment that you made, and that is you want to score, but not too soon. Because a minute 34 is a lot of time.
It's exactly what it did when the fumble by Theodis Brown earlier, as we take a look at the reaction of Nick Lowery. Says, I make them all the time. Tying a ball game up isn't nothing.
Bill Kenny has thrown for 411 yards, 31 of 41, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked 1 time.
But Dan Fouts was going pretty well, too. That's a good play on first down inside. Sprint it out. The quarterback is outside the pocket. If nothing is open, he can always throw it away.
Also, we have a couple of other finals that we want to give you in just a moment, just to alert you to that as we take another look at the score. "46 yards on the drive in 4 plays, and it took 52 seconds. This is a final. Ooh, big win. Washington 31, Dallas 10 in Texas Stadium. And a final, New England 21, the Rams 17. So New England, their record 8-7. There are 5 teams. The Wild shooting for a wild. Those 2 wild card spots have 8-7 records.
21-7, New England beats them. But a surprise, the Rams needed it and didn't get it at home.
Lowry kicking off. Here is Brooks. 2 yards deep. You'll down it. They'll start it at the 20-yard line. The attendance today in-house, 35,510. So that means, for the record, a record no-show. 13,945 no-shows here today. They have missed a good ball game.
As we said at the top of the show, Charlie, it's going to be fun to watch 2 explosive, offensive-minded teams go out and attack each other. We haven't been disappointed, and I think the people that haven't shown up have really missed an exciting game.
Now, timeouts. Chiefs have 2, Chargers have 3. San Diego will play the short field. They need to move 50 yards from their own 20 to the Kansas City 30-yard line to come within field goal range. Going deep, incomplete. Duckworth and Green, and a penalty flag dropped back at the 45-yard line.
There was some contact made by Green and Duckworth. It's just a matter of who they're going to call it on.
Pass interference against Kansas City at the San Diego 45-yard line. So now the Chargers need only 25 more yards for the field goal attempt.
Number 24, that's a first down.
We didn't really have a chance to see it, I don't think, on that replay.
Duckworth, who will take a look at it here. This is just the end of it. Duckworth almost cut in front of Green and made a play and could have run into the end zone.
San Diego at their own 45, 1:27 time remaining. Luther, the quarterback, replacing the injured Fouts. Oh, excellent defensive play. Albert Lewis had perfect coverage on him. In fact, it looked like Lewis was the intended receiver.
He had perfect coverage. The problem was he didn't know where the ball was. Take another look. The ball is thrown right to him. If he would have seen the ball sooner, young rookie playing very well, has 4 interceptions on the year, could have had another one there and really saved at least the suspense for the Kansas City Chiefs. They still have to stop the Chargers. They still have Winslow. They don't have Fouts. They have Winslow and Chandler and Joyner and Brooks and Muncie. They're an explosive team.
Second down, 10. Pass is complete to Duckworth. He catches it at the 41-yard line. First down, gain of 12. Gary Green with the tackle. Plenty of time remaining. Minute 15 left. San Diego takes the timeout to stop the clock. They will have 2 timeouts remaining. They need now only 11, 12 yards to be well within the range of Ralph Benershko.
Both teams have excellent field goal kickers. Benershka not having as good a year as Lowry is, but I think you get him anywhere inside the 30-yard line, he is a good threat to make a field goal.
He's 13 of 22, actually now 14 of 23 because he hit from 27 yards in this game. But it's been kind of an up and down year for Benershka, but recently he has been kicking well. He has made a 51-yarder this season. His career long is 53 yards. Give you a few statistics. Dan Fouts, before he went out with that shoulder injury, completed 25 of 36 for 284 yards, 3 touchdowns and an interception. And Ed Luther, replacing him, completing 5 of 11 for 80 yards, a touchdown and an interception. Here is Luther. Incomplete as the intended receiver ran into the umpire, Tom Meyer. Myers unintentionally taking the receiver out of the pattern. That's exactly what happened. It's dangerous over the middle. Heard about receivers that don't want to come over the middle. These are officials that don't want to come over the middle.
And Coryell is not too happy about it. Here we'll take a look at, watch number 10, the official.
Brooks, this man had ran into him. He was swinging out of the backfield and came across.
Exactly.
He never saw it.
He never saw him. He was, of course, the umpire, who he is right there, moves forward as the defensive lineman move forward, and he's looking for holding. He's not looking at backs coming out of the backfield.
Brooks has it. Dives to the 32-yard line. James Brooks. You're about a yard shy of the first down. Lucius Smith with a tackle. A Kansas City Chief player still on the field. And that is Lucius Smith.
That was the same tune, the opposite direction. Trying to get the ball to their
Kansas City.
swift running back coming out of the backfield.
Kansas City taking their second time out due to the injury. Lucius Smith being helped to the far side. Wayne Rudy, the trainer that has been with the Kansas City Chiefs since they were the Dallas Texans. Started back in 1916. Prior to that, was a trainer at SMU. 56 seconds left to go. We mentioned the 51-yarder by Rolf Benirschke. It was against Kansas City.
You bet your bottom dollar he's thinking about it right now. I don't know if he remembers the last one. I'm sure he does. Kickers are funny that way, Charlie. They can remember who they made their big kicks against, and I'm sure he's recalling making a big kick earlier in the year. He can make it from this distance. The thing that the Chargers would like to do is get a little bit closer to make sure and use up some time.
It is 3rd down and 1, 32-yard line. 56 seconds remaining. Now from here, for example, the kick would be at the 40-yard line and attempt to 50 yards. So in reality, they'd like to pick up the first down, as you say, run the clock down and maybe get it down around the 25, 24-yard line for the field goal attempt. Quarterback sneak.
Kansas City is all up there expecting run, and they get it.
First down.
He would go all the way.
Here's Brooks. Brooks to the 14, maybe the 13-yard line. Albert Lewis saving the touchdown, a gain of 22. Brooks with a big play.
The Chiefs, Charlie, brought all 11 players up on the line of scrimmage to pressure the Charger offense. The problem with that is if you break the first line of defense, there aren't any defensive backs back there to make the tackle. You got to catch him from behind. Take another look at it. Good blocking, as you see. 63 Wilkerson pulling. 21 Brooks setting up the blocks very well, breaking some tackles. It gets back to the old thing of blocking and tackling.
James Brooks, 82 yards in 12 carries. He has 1 reception for 9. And Benirschke can breathe a bit easier. Coming across the face mask with the wrists. I think he lets it go. It's hard to say. It's really hard for us to tell when we stop it like that because the hand may just move right on by, so that's really not fair. It was not called. We're not criticizing the official, just pointing out something that happens to go on during a play like that.
There's a huddle on the sideline. The conversation now is what play do we want to call? Obviously, we don't want to turn the ball over. We want to throw. If we do throw it, throw something safe. And if we run it, make sure we tell the running back that we give the ball to, don't do anything flashy. If you get near a defensive man, tuck it away. Make sure you don't fumble it.
49 seconds. You want to run that down to 5 or 6. You've got a timeout left. Kansas City has 1 left. You figure that they'll stop it. You'll save yours before you want to kick. Here's Brooks to the 10. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Here's something else. While we are about it, speaking offensively, why don't we go ahead and score?
Well, if you can score, that's certainly the safest way.
I mean, we keep talking about field goal. I was oriented to field goal and say, you might break one right quick, get in and get the quick 6.
The thing Kansas City needs to do on those wide runs is get containment. They need to get a defensive linebacker or a strong safety up the field to turn the play in to the linebacker so they can make the tackle.
Now,
Luther letting the clock run down. It's a good shot. You see it 12, 11.
And there's 9 seconds on the 30-second clock. So they'll run it down to about 2 seconds. 3 seconds on the 30-second clock. 6 seconds left of the ball game. San Diego takes their last time out. It'll be an attempt at about 27 yards to match the distance that he had earlier for the win. Rolf Benirschke. And this young man, as those that follow the National Football League, is a story all his own.
It's quite an individual. He's had a lot of problems that he's overcome, and he's done a fantastic job.
And remember that great picture of Louis Kelcher walking off the field with him? This was when Roth had the sickness 3 or 4 years ago and was so thin, and he was an honorary captain, and he and Big Louis were walking off the field. I'll always remember that.
Roth was probably not as thin as he looked standing next to Louis.
That's true. But he was still very thin at that time. But he is super good health right now. And let's see what he can do. Can he win it here, or do we go to overtime? 18-yard line. An attempt of 28 yards for the win. It is up. It is good. There are 2 seconds left on the scoreboard clock. From 28 yards away. 41-38. And we will still have the kickoff. And we want to thank our crew, and we've had a great day. It's nice to work with our old friends, Michael Sexton, Bob Sexton Sr., Dan Sexton, Jim Casey, Siobhan Sexton, Ron Baylor, and Bob Sexton Jr. Boy, we have an excellent crew headed for the Sexton family. And we've been working together since 1960 with Bob Sexton Sr. 1961, Balboa Stadium, when the Chargers moved here.
I was in the 8th grade in 1960.
You are young. You're so young. 41-38. Let's go back to the key factors. Let's go back to the opening of the show. The advantage rating, we had it 19-19. Even. It's as close as you can come with a field goal with 2 seconds. And the 2 key factors for Kansas City, they had to pressure Fouts, to pressure the quarterback. They really didn't get the pressure on the quarterback. They were able to throw. San Diego, they had to avoid the turnovers, and they did pretty well. They had a couple of interceptions in the second half.
And it's been a fun game. We said it was going to be fun to watch, not only for us in the booth and for the viewers at home, but for the fans. It turned out there was a lot of disinterest in this ball game this week, with the 13,000 no-shows being evidence to that fact. But the fans that were here and the ones that watched saw an outstanding game by 2 exciting offensive teams.
And for those of you that happen to have been watching the Dallas-Washington game and then joined us after that game was over, Dan Fouts was injured in the second half. It is a shoulder injury. It is not the same one that he suffered. That's all that we know at the time, and we'll just have to wait for further reports from the physicians on it. But there's a bit of optimism about the injury. It is not the rotator cuff again, is the preliminary report.
And of course, as we said, the game next week takes on some importance with the Chargers going against the Raiders.
And of course, Denver, Kansas City, that has playoff importance also. Scrib tight kick just to break up the rhythm of the return. Here is J.T. Smith. Smith heads to the far side. There is the first lateral. Here's the second lateral. It is to Carson to Hancock. Here they go, 35-yard line. There's the tackle at the 36. And it is over.
You know, Charlie, they had a shot at it. If they could have, they had 2 guys to beat over here on the left side, but when you get down to that, there's not much chance.
In total offense, San Diego, 478 yards. Kansas City, 538 yards. That's just about